pretty decent.
I like that hat, fantastic. I like that hat, dog. You represent.
Freezy. Shit ain't all that.
Just matching.
Yeah, regular, my nigga.
Yeah. It's a podcast. It's a podcast. It's a podcast, yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, to tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels and better, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dance and jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky. Let's go, let's go. This might be risky. No, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show.
Run! It's a stampede! DJ HAMP the Stampede. DJ HAMP the Stampede.
Yo, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. DJ HAMP the Stampede. All my brothers, we in the building. Salute to the 50 people in the chat so far. Please hit the like button. Make sure the like smacks the viewership. That pushes us into the algorithm that helps the channel the most. Mr. Fantastic, what's poppin'?
Brother. What up, man? What's going on?
What's goody? How are you? I see you was working earlier and all that, man. You know what I mean? You the hardest working man in show business.
Perfect.
That's what's up, man. I know Freezy was like, yeah, that hat ain't all that. Let me just first and foremost before you know what I mean?
Haters, man.
See how you be acting and all that.
I never seen a Connecticut hat, by the way, ever in life. But we can
Damn.
I had a Freezy. I had a whaler's hat on earlier.
What is that?
Put him in the fucking bathroom.
All right, mute. You know how to do that?
Hockey? Was that hockey?
Salute to Mr. Fantastic in the building, man. He will be muted several times throughout the night. Strada was popping. How you?
Good, man. Good. Bless.
Salute to SPS in the building, man. Please go like, share, and subscribe. I know Empress will rotate the links. You'll also find the links in the description for all the brothers who putting in the work.
Perfect.
We make this shit look easy, but I promise you it ain't. Try to go live tomorrow at 7, right?
Yep.
Perfect.
Mr. Let Go, what's popping?
Still's on mute. What's up? What's up?
What's goody, man? Where the cards at?
Oh, the hell, man. I almost sold out, actually.
All right. Well, you got a few more we can sell. Can we get rid of the rest?
All right. I got you.
What's the reviews? I need to look at the Google reviews on these cards, man.
You got them yourself. What are you talking about? You ain't played them?
They was using them the other day. My wife and her friends and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen her friends since, Mr. Let Go.
Wait, what?
Wow.
So, you know what I'm saying?
That's funny. Yeah,
salute. Hey, do me a favor, Mr. Let Go. I know I got the link, but put the link in the private chat so we can rotate it throughout the night, man. Y'all get the last few cards. If y'all celebrate any of these so-called holidays, you know, I can't stop you, so you might as well buy from a black person. You know what I mean? Salute. Freezy, what up?
Always good to be with my brothers.
Indeed.
I gained weight within the last week or so.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a poor leader. We're gonna talk about it tonight. Yeah.
Shit like that.
No captivity, Freezy. You stream every day?
Damn near, yeah.
Perfect.
Every day, bro. You know, I be riding to the gym and I just turn this shit on because I be going so early in the morning, but you be up
screaming and stuff.
You be streaming. I just turn it on. You know how
I said screaming.
Oh yeah. Yo. But you be like in the days because I go to the gym so early.
Yeah.
But that shit get me there. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, man.
Yo, man, no captivity, freeze the building. Impress or rotate the links. It'll also be in the description. LO, what's popping?
Perfect.
What's good, bro? How you?
It's good. How you?
Can't call it, man. Happy to be here, man. Peace to everybody. What
You
up,
already?
Shit like that. Shit like
Everything
that.
golden?
Yeah, man. Everything's good, man. Ready to rock and roll.
Philosophical in the building, man. Empress will rotate the link. You already know all these brothers, but give them a follow if you haven't already. Like, share, subscribe. Go to a video, make a comment. I'm telling you, any and everything helps push brothers into the algorithm because these brothers really got something to say, man.
Perfect.
Super ill in the building. Hank, what up?
What's going on, big brother? You good?
How you? Yes, sir.
Shit, man, it's great. I'm trying to catch one of them Black Friday sales from Mr. Lego and these goddamn cards.
Yeah, that's what we trying to figure out. Can we get a discount code for the night?
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
No, sir.
Deal too.
Perfect.
God,
They almost sold out. When they almost sold out, you got to pay a known price.
Yep.
damn. Sometimes it's like that.
Put him in the fucking.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. That like button right now if you can. It helps the channel most. Let's see you in the chat real quick and we get it popping. Fishing the Fit. Fo, what up? Fo made that song for me. So if y'all interested, man, shoot me a DM. I'll give you guys email so y'all can get connected. He just did one for Didi Reactions. Her channel pretty big. I think she got 100-something thousand subscribers. So she fucked with it. She used it for her premieres and her live stream. So salute to my brother Fo in the building, man. Ashe was popping. Big Bad Bull in the building. Salute. E-Dub, what up? Black America, good morning. Peace be still. Salute. Nightbot behaving. That's always a blessing. Keeps it 100 all the time. Salute, salute. Call me Queen T in the building. Samuel, Shalom, Mock. O'Shea, what up? TC the Dawn, man. I see you in a month of Sundays. Hope all is well. Zeke, what up, Ock? Good to see you. Shalom, Ock was popping. Escobar. Keisha in the building. Boot camp in the building. Dedicated. I ain't see you in a couple of days. Hope all is well, man. Good to see you. My brother Quincy in the building. Thank you for the inspiration in the morning in the workout room, too. I got Keisha already. She said, salute, Illa. Miss Bell's in the building. UFO, what up? Salute everybody on Kick. Let me see. Matt with the $2 says, Hink bet the Bears lose first round. Oh, man, that's crazy. They've been playing good.
They going to the playoffs?
Hell yeah. They number one in the NFC.
Okay. Oh, wait. No.
Yes, because y'all lost to the Panthers.
I think the Bears going out in the first round, though, man.
Hold on.
But y'all got 9 wins?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they 8-3. No, y'all just beat the Eagles, right? I appreciate it.
Y'all need to be more respectful to my team.
I appreciate y'all beating. I like y'all quarterback. He painted his nails. That shit. After that, I was like, I ain't messing with it.
We still number one because we had 9-3, so we still at number one, bro.
Nah, y'all just lost though. Y'all just lost to the Panthers. Are so low, so they actually number one now. They 9-3.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even watch football. Got him.
Yeah, he don't watch football. Truth, what up, baby? Good to see you. Beige in the building was popping. I got Ashe already. Let me see. Freezy putting in work. Insane, I see you. Hope all is well. Hope everything's everything. Salute to Mrs. Hink in the building. I got to get Big Chug before you go to sleep so you can see him, man. Rainbow Kid, what up? T Will, what up? JT, what's popping? Good to see you, OG. Hope all is well. Rainbow Kid in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Oh, yeah, you can hear it, right? Folk got a particular sound, man. That's what's up. Big Mufasa in the building. Angel in the building. Let me see. Freeman's Journal, salute. Key, what up, my G? Good to see you. Aaron with the $2 says, Pat's Nation is on the rise from the ashes. Yeah, man.
Word was born.
Yo, Impressed here. Impressed. You see all the brothers up here, these hardworking brothers. Please rotate their links throughout the show, and we're going to throw them in the description as well. You heard? Like, share, subscribe, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps. All right, fellas, y'all feeling good? We here. We ready, man. I feel blessed to be in y'all presence, man. Let's get it. Yo, so we've been talking more and more about like certain statistics. We've been analyzing them to a point where we've been really breaking them down and dismantling them. A lot of statistics about black men specifically have been used in a way, right, and skewed, right, to push and perpetuate the propaganda. So now that we've been digging into them, you know, we've been exposing the lies and what they are not. You know, there's several crimes, as an example, that aren't included in violent crime, but they should be. And if they were, it would make the disparity wouldn't be so great when they say we overrepresent, you know? So we really been pulling some of this shit apart. So I said, okay, let me assemble some of the finest minds I know on the internet to discuss a few more things that seem to be propagandized against us, or is it a real issue? Make sense? So I got 3 things in particular, you know what I'm saying, that I wanted to really mine through. This first one, man, the effeminizing of the black male. We had shows, and I got a clip, but maybe I'll talk through it. Illa, one woman said 50% of black men are homosexual. Then the other woman said she bugging is 25%. And then me and Miss Fantastic and I argued till the sun come home about all the jail niggas not being gay. But the effeminate nature, let's say they not gay itself, right? But just the effeminate nature of men these days, where did they get it from? Who raising them? Etc. etc. They want to play this clip before I get y'all input. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, man. Because
taking away the conditions.
Never disrespected, plus I'm well connected, mamas are love.
That's not to demean that household. White supremacy is saying, I'm taking away the conditions for enhancing black masculinity. I'm taking away the conditions through which you might produce soldiers to carry on activity on your side of the chessboard. In addition, since I have your situation so strung out and you watch more television than anybody else, I'm going to serve up to you men dressed as women. And I'm going to have you sit there in your frustration. Women and male children.
If you want to take over a planet, okay, if you want to completely take over a planet, the first thing that you have to do is you have to take out the alpha males or the strong males from the planet. Because the strong alpha males protect the divine feminine. Through television and films, how they are feminizing men more and more and more. You'll see men dressed up in female clothes. The cane is a phallus or male energy. The two.
So she kind of mentioning a psyop, but also, are we seeing it working? Our leadership is constantly questioned, right? Sassy, well, we be saying effeminate a lot. Freezy, the brothers be saying, call a nigga effeminate in a heartbeat. But, you get called sassy real quick. All of a sudden, almost 30% of us is homosexual, etc., etc., etc. Is this psyop working? Did they plan work? Did they move us out of leadership? Are men today more effeminate than ever? Or is that bullshit and propaganda? Go ahead, Ella, what you think?
I don't think it's a tough one because I think then ever probably, but it's not necessarily because they're gay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's more effeminate in reaction, effeminate in approach, effeminate in lifestyle, effeminate in being so obsessed with your looks, effeminate in dress. You know what I mean? Just more acquiescent to a woman. In that case, absolutely. I can't say it's just strictly just because a bunch of them are gay. I think they have gay influences. I think they're being influenced by I don't know what word to say these days, but I don't know if they're influenced by people of, other sexual orientation. Yeah. I think they're influencing a lot of the fashion. I think they're influenced, and I think they always was. I think this generation of young men are more open to suggestion from other sexual communities more so than men of our past. Like that whole weird way of dressing, that was always trying to be pushed into our community hip hop. We just was like, nah, that's weird. Like that golf, all that weird S&M look, we never was into that. But this generation is like, cool. Like they're just open. You know what I'm saying? So they're open to any influence, any type of, and a lot of those influences come from people of different sexual orientations. A lot of times, which they've always been there. Just that this generation is more open to the suggestion than ever.
So you can see it looks more prevalent. You think so? Yeah, because they're more open to it. So it's definitely more
in persons, and they're straight. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're just open to woman's suggestion more than masculine suggestion. It's like it's like you only doing it because a girl think it's cool. Like that's the only way a man could do that, because a girl can be like, oh, he's fine. Like they still want a woman's approval. So it still comes back to the man and woman dynamic, because they're doing it for the approval of the women. They just want to do anything to do it. You know what I'm saying?
damn, son. And look, yo, Mr. Fantastic, no, right? When what you just said, right? That shit scuffed my Tim's, son. I hate the fact that niggas would do anything for the approval of women. That shit is crazy. Like, maybe I don't know if it's crazy. It just sounds crazy to me when I hear it said out loud. Now, one thing Illa said, and I agree, it's more prominent now. But Freezy, they put men in dresses that's our age. Maybe more so, maybe a little bit older. Maybe your age, Hank age, maybe Mr. Let Go age. Because Martin and them niggas is your age. Tyler Perry is your age. And them niggas was running around in dresses. Because remember, that's a part of the psyop too. Of feminizing the men, making this shit look normalized and okay.
I think that money is really at the forefront of a lot of these issues. Women want money, men want money to, money is at the root of, people's validation. We live in a capitalistic society. And I think a real man adheres to a strict way of living. What I'm seeing nowadays a lot of times is that a lot of men go off of feelings of how they feel, which is, to me, is a feminine trait. And they could be swayed, to and fro, just like the wind, just off of their emotions and feelings. I don't think a real man is influenced by his feelings or emotions. He sticks to a strict set of rules that, that he honors. And I just don't, as far as honor too, there's not a lot of honor too. People, men nowadays don't really care about honor anymore. It's more about come up in the way they look, and impressing. And the reason why men do that, as far as like adhering to what women want them to do or whatever.
Yeah. We
care too much about impressing people too much, man. To me, that's childish. That's a childish frame of mind. Impressing people all the time.
One thing, right, Strata? Because just something Freezy said. So Illa, Freezy, and Mr. Fantastic, let's say, they can get very demonstrative when they get passionate about something. Right? Talk loud, talk with their hands, right? But I see it as them being demonstrative and passionate. However, in this landscape, what's the first thing they say? Oh, you emotional. Oh, a nigga sad, right? Have we let that shit go on for too long? Have we been misplacing what that passion is? Like, you see, it's been mischaracterized. What does that make a man because he's demonstrative and passionate? Did that make him some type of, you see what I mean? They try to make a correlation.
I think that it's the misunderstanding of the normal black man. To your point, what it makes them is exactly what you said. They're demonstrative and passionate, nothing more, nothing less. I think that when we're talking about the demasculinization of men, I do see it, right? But I have to say this. If I'm looking at black men in mass and what they're trying, I don't think the tactics have changed, but I think that the quiet majority of us don't subscribe to this shit. Because when I'm in the earth and I'm walking around, men are still upright, Hamp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It seems like when we talk about showbiz and music, that shit has always been there. It's not going anywhere because most of those men were effeminate to get through the door, right? But I will say, if I'm like, I see what they're trying to do, But then when I compare it to what I actually see outside, it doesn't quite match 1-to-1. Am I making sense?
Yes, you're making sense. The only thing I say, and it's not even a retort or anything, is just that they are more popular than the men walking around day to day, keeping the world alive. You know,
that part.
So I guess the propaganda, seems to be overrunning the everyday brother.
Facts.
Coupled with all of us got to make 100,000 to get access to a woman all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, talk your shit.
Yeah, I think that's the part that we're gonna have to reconcile with, is that the life of the average upright black man can't be sensationalized because it's a life of consistency, right? And most of these fellas, they're upright, but they're real silent. Those that know them value them, right? First number in their contacts. But to the world, they don't know quite how to monetize the upright black man yet. Because it wouldn't make sense to the propaganda that's led to here.
Damn, that's good. That's good.
Word up.
Did you want to add to that, Illa? I gotta.
Nah, that was heavy, like, because it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't monetize it. You know what I'm saying? Because in that, if they allow that, it will expose their true intention, which is to not have you have that. Because if you allow if that man is promoted, that man will become the man, because he's always been that. Because even in our lowest state, the most influent outside of course finances, unfortunately, we don't have all the wealth. But as far as the definition of what a man looks, feel, sound like, confirms that this is official, that's the black man for the planet in our lowest state. So they know if they're promoting that type of man, that type of stalwart brother, that'll just undermine this whole thing, because you're dealing with somebody who's it's an inferiority complex you're dealing with. You're dealing with a system that has been able to finance their insecurities. They have industrialized and corporatized their insecurities. You're dealing with a whole different type of monster. So you're really dealing with some insecure shit. It's penis envy. It's a lot of pause, but it's a lot of sexual jealousy. It's a lot of weird shit going on when it comes to dealing with other races of people and men. When it comes to the black man, you are very virile and you represent a certain energy that's naturally attracted to people when you're broke. So if they empower that, what you think, like that's like a powder keg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely understand. Now, there's these retorts that come as soon as you say that, like, white men ain't scared of no niggas.
I never used the word fear. I didn't say they scared like scared.
No, I was about to go down the whole game. It's all the words that come out. But go ahead. Talk it. You want to?
They're not scared. That's what I'm saying. Like when you think like them, then yeah, they're not scared to go to war. yeah, they're not scared to kill you. No, we got that.
Yeah,
they're scared to deal with you when those options are alleviated. When it's just my energy, how I resonate, how I communicate, how I resonate with people versus your ability to communicate. They're gonna lose every time. So it has to go to that. So yeah, you're gonna kill us. We get it. You're the military complex. Yeah, we get it. But we still influence your children. You have to create systems to make our children do stuff. We just pop up. He's cool. I want to be like him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Everybody want to be like Mike, right? Yeah, word is born. Okay.
And I got love for brother. I got a good brothers, people I work with. I don't have no problem with white folks. I'm talking about just historically, overall, on the bigger picture. Not just some brother white dudes that's cool, they know how to handle themselves and all that. I'm just saying overall, like the conflict.
Yeah, you understand. Yeah, no, it was clear. Mr. Let Go and Mr. Fantastic, there's one thing, right? We talk about how, do y'all agree that the young boys are more accepting of these things that would be considered effeminate first?
Yeah.
And there's a reason why though, because social media has taken control of how young people think, and back just like what Strada said, when he goes out in the world, I think that's what you said, he doesn't see that, right? So it was a huge dichotomy between social media or men on social media and men out in the world. And that's the biggest issue. So young people, they're more socially awkward and they're not accepted due to the fact that they are more effeminate. They don't feel safe outside. They can't fight. They've never been in a fight. So being outside, they didn't go outside and play when they were kids. We went outside and played. We went outside and fought. We went outside and played games. We went outside and did all kinds of shit. Like when we went outside, we couldn't even go back inside. We literally had to search for water, literally from somebody's water hose. We'll go on the side of somebody's house and then turn on the water hose and drink water because we literally could not go in the house if we got thirsty because we had to stay in the house. So we were forced to be outside. This new generation don't never go outside because their mothers are thinking like, oh my God, if my kid goes outside by themselves, somebody's going to snatch them or something. So didn't nobody snatch us because we was always around each other. It'd be like 3-4 boys or, the girls be with each other. So now, since nobody's really able to make friends, when a kid did go outside, they're literally by themselves. So they looking around like, okay, I'm outside. What do I do? There's no kickball. There's no hide and go seek. They don't know what to do when they go outside. So they go right back in the house. So they grow up being in the house and looking at people on social media. And the people on social media are the effeminate, socially awkward people that literally talk shit about the rest of the world because they're scared of the rest of the world. So they shit on the masculinity. That's where toxic masculinity came from, because socially awkward people is like this. If you don't like something, you're going to demonize it. So the people on social media demonize everything that's outside to make outside not something somebody wants to see.
Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah, social media is a small contingent of it. I mean, this is literally being taught in schools. We're having to fight schools about, what is a woman, what is a man, right? So I think social media is not even secondary to the influence that these kids get from the sexuality being a spectrum. None of these things came through social media. These came through direct political and propaganda through the educational system and through society, right? So when we look at that and we understand that, we could remember you can still say nigga all day. You better not say the F-bomb though. We all used to use that wonderful 6-letter F word. We used to love it. And nobody had a problem with it, but we've allowed that group of people to gain so much power and influence as where if you say that, you get canceled, right? So I think the social media aspect of it is there. I'm not saying it's not. You got boys doing TikTok dances and doing all these things to be trendy, right? But it's much deeper than the social media aspect, bro. This is woven in the fabric of Western culture to where feminism happened. And the fathers being removed from the homes on all sides, we suffered the most. But the respect for the man and the father being removed from Western society to where toxic masculinity, I think somebody brought it up earlier, that's one of the biggest influences.
So, Hank, right? In terms of the fathers being removed, the boys are being effeminized. Seems like we all agree. Also, I think scientifically, I saw this. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Testosterone is lower than ever in men, in boys.
Yes.
Hank, is it still a good enough reason to say that the fathers were removed if the 80s were 40 years ago? Like the fathers, these kids are, so Gen Z is what, 15 through 26, something like that? Right? I'm 39, so those my kid, right? Like at what point is that bullshit if all the boys are being effeminized and we don't got no more soldiers?
Look, man, I'm gonna say
Or
this.
is it? Or if I'm bugging, I'm bugging. Go ahead.
Now I'm gonna say this, man. I think it's the parents' fault. I don't give a shit what your child see on social media. You need to reinforce it. You need to pour into something different. If my son or my daughter's out there seeing something and I find out that they're watching it, I'm going to be the first to say, no, this shit ain't real. Don't believe it. And I'm gonna pour in one till I know. People need to be more involved with their kids in the school. We're allowing this shit to happen. Man, there's no way. There's a certain time period. There's no way you would see a boy out here wearing a goddamn dress. He will get shamed, talked about. and all that shit. Look, I go way back to the days of Flip Wilson. I don't know if some of y'all may not remember, but remember he used to do Geraldine on the TV show. That's how far I go back with it. Now, of course, during the Richard Pryor days, he cross-dressed and all that. That shit's sickening to me, Hamp. But us as fathers got to make sure we stay on top of that. We have to. We know a lot of these black women are accepting to that homosexual lifestyle. They got them in their friend circle. They okay with it. If the father says something about his son being a punk, they gonna be the first one to sit there and say, "No, leave little Johnny alone." Bullshit. Put foot to ass on little Johnny. What the fuck's he want to wear a mascara for? Why does he want to be okay with trying on dresses? Why is he talking about at Halloween? I want to be dressed as the princess instead of being dressed as a Daredevil or Captain America or some shit like that. He wants to be Wonder Woman. I'll be goddamn. That's some crazy shit, Amp.
It's crazy. Where did the fathers fall, though? You know what I mean?
Yeah, the father's been gone, like you said, for like 30, 40 years. So the fatherless household stuff, we didn't have fathers. My dad is still alive, but he wasn't around. So like none of the people I grew up with had fathers except one of my friends. And I'm not saying we grew up okay, because some of them dead, some of them in jail, some on crack, so I'm not saying that everybody I grew up with is good, but nobody grew up in this effeminate shit. You feel me? So there's something to be understood with the no fathers. Is it because this effeminate stuff seems to be something that is fairly new? So it's not the no father thing. I think it's more of social media and the algorithm pushing something towards us, and we're starting to see it more and more. And then we see more and more people being okay with it. And then now we're just like, oh, okay, well, this is okay. I'm going to do it. Certain things have to be known. Like there used to be like man code when I grew up. There's no man code no more. So young boys or men, they just do stuff and there's no man code.
Yeah, but Mr. Lecko, if as a man, we see certain things in your son or your nephews or your little cousins or whatever the case may be, it should have been addressed on site.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we let that shit slide? Oh, well, he's young. He's nothing wrong with him playing with dolls. He's just a kid. Bullshit. Why wasn't it addressed then? No, you don't need to be playing with your sister's dolls. Go get them Lincoln Logs, them Legos, them Tonka toys. Go play with your little men or something. Why is he so enamored by getting this? I understand social media, and I agree with that part. But when we see it, it needs to be addressed, father in the home or not. Whenever my kids would come to me, and when I see certain questionable things, you need to address it. Then you need to have a conversation with your ex or your baby mama or whatever title she got. Why is he? What's going on with this shit he got going on? Why is he talking about watch these girl cartoons and looking at certain things and talking to certain? Why is he moving like this? See, now as parents, we got to come together. Now you're gonna be an uphill battle if your ex is okay with that bullshit. Now you're in a fight by yourself. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But it's got to be addressed as soon as we see questionable things. I don't care if they not your goddamn son or no kin to you. I say, hey man, ain't how a young man should act. Why can't it be addressed? That's what happens back in the days when we see certain things, man. Unfortunately, we some punk ass parents and we not taking care of our business. We not doing like we used to do. We not shaming these motherfuckers. We not making them feel bad. We making excuses for them. We passing laws for them. We doing everything else but addressing the real issue.
Can I add this to the conversation, Hemp?
It's okay.
What do you think about this?
Let me go like this, right? Just make sure. Strada, I know Illa want to get in. I know Freezy unmuted a little while ago. So, go ahead.
What do you think about this, Hemp? That the impact of black fathers is still TBD. What I mean by that is, I think black fathers have re-entered the home, but our children and our youth, they're still knee babies and they're still coming up. I still think we need maybe a runway about maybe 10 years. So like, let's say Mr. Fantastic's children, you got babies, I got a little one, like all of us up here, the men that are involved, we had to recorrect and redirect, right? So I think before we can even gauge where we are with black man influence, we have to put a TBD because we're course correcting right now. So you really won't be able to see the influence until your kid becomes of age. Let's see what it looks like when your kid is a teenager. You feel me? Like we're stepping back. So that's why I say what do you think about a TBD? Because we're back now. You feel me?
You're saying that the impact can't quite be measured just yet.
Right.
Because the fathers that are actually involved, their kids are still rather young, right? So we can't properly gauge it because we don't have a big enough sample size.
Right.
Like it. Illa, go ahead.
I like Shroud, man. Like word is born. That was official, bro. I want to add on to that. Because I want to respond to Let Go, and I want to respond to something that he said, not to go against y'all, just add on to a lot of stuff. Real quick, with Let Go, you was talking about the social media. You're right. And I think the problem is we lost a lot of social rights and passions when these kids just been in the house all day. Like a lot of stuff we learned from just, like you said earlier, just being outside, just being around each other. Like that's where we learned a lot of nuance of social interaction by dealing with, circumstances socially, you know what I mean? Even though like just fighting, falling, getting down, knowing how to snap back, knowing how to dress, just knowing how to acclimate yourself and find yourself in real time and reality. That was taken away from kids. So that I want to add to that. But hey, when you were talking about the fathers is going, I think it's more so basically the same thing I was saying to Let Go. Like basically it's just they don't have any social interaction. And this is why I want to say what you said. What you're talking about is true, but I think it speaks to improper mate choosing. Because if you at a point when you with your wife at year 5, year 7, and this is when you find out she don't have a problem, she has a problem with you trying to make your son masculine, that speaks to a deeper issue. How well do you know this person? What do y'all talk about values? A lot of us don't really have proper courting. It's just she's cute, she thinks I'm attractive, I have a decent job. She has a decent job. My credit's pretty good. Her credit's pretty good. Her family's okay. All right, it's okay. Okay, the sex is cool. Let's do this thing. And that's not really how you become in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta be a friend. Like I don't want to drift off, but people are not. You have to be friends with your woman, man. Y'all gotta be cool. That gotta be your homie. They gonna be friends with this woman. That's they fucking business partner, or just she fulfilling a role. You know what I'm saying? A societal wife, a societal husband. You don't know this motherfucker because there's no way you're supposed to find out your woman feel that adamantly about that something that serious once the kid is 5 and 6. It's like what are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? But to ultimately close it with Strada, brother, that was an excellent point, and it also speaks to the bigger picture with our people. We, like you said, we don't know the impact of our what we've done with our children yet. So if we take that same psychology back to our people and back to the things we went through, you have to wait and see how much we've done or how much we've grown. Like we're still in the space where we're still directly from all we're only about 50, 60 years removed from all the major events plus sporadic shit. But all the real major events that totally shape the foundation of Black society, you think you're going to figure that out in 30 years, 40 years? Like, things have to play themselves out. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're in the midst of the aftermath. And it's just like people want the aftermath to be faster than the attack. Like, how the hell something that took, let's just say, and I'm being generous, let's just say something that happened for 500 years, and I'm just being small. How you think you're going to recover from that in 50 years, in 40 years, in 30 years with less money? We gotta let things play out. So excellent point by Strata and Let Go and him. You know what I'm saying? That was dope.
Yo, that's interesting. And 2K was up here. He was saying, we talk about the violence and all that from Black people, right? He was illustrating the point that gangs in New York lasted a long time. They was out here wilding for a long time, trying to get it right for a long time, And so now Black people are still, he was just making a point, like still normalizing, right? You got to almost let the shit play out. You done just got right 60, 70, in the 60s and 70s, voting and the whole 9 yards to get an opportunity. redlining stopped in what technically 1968. But you know, even though they say no more redlining, it probably take 10 years for it to get out of the system. You know what I'm saying? Just a whole lot of things kind of when you really start processing it. Like how long have black people had an opportunity?
Can I say something real quick? Hey,
that's it. And then we get Freezy after that.
Okay, yeah, just not to cut your wisdom.
Go ahead.
I was talking on a panel today. A lot of us, we got to get the crack out of our system, but a lot of us got to remember in our generation, think about it. A lot of us in our people in our generation ain't really start drinking water that much till they got in their 20s. Water was a punishment drink. You ain't getting juice, you getting water. That wasn't even, you got a generation of people who went years without letting water be in their main beverage. Like we got to give our people a break. Not excuse, but hold up. We got some shit to get through, but I digress.
No, that's interesting.
That's real.
That's interesting.
Water wasn't the thing.
It was
shit like that.
Water.
What?
That's real shit. Niggas used to do sugar water, nigga. Straight.
Yup.
Straight.
Water was a punishment, man.
Real shit. And syrup sandwiches, man. Freezy, what up, though?
Man, y'all making me reminisce. What I want to ask you? On that clip you played, was that ASAP Rocky about to kiss a white boy or something? Was that?
Nah, that's a girl, but I think she's like a non-binary or something.
Oh,
you know her. You ever seen this movie Jawbreaker? Do y'all remember that movie? Watch it when you get a chance. It's an interesting movie, but essentially this guy is like a pedophile. And then she get him and like chain him up. He end up jumping off the building. Y'all know The Conjuring?
Yeah.
The dude who playing The Conjuring, he's like the pedophile in the show and shit. So her name is, damn, I can't remember her name. But now she identifies like non-binary or some shit. But it's a girl though. But that's why it looks so crazy that he would even do that, because most people think it's a nigga. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But along the lines of what Mr. Let Go said as far as social media, that's a common issue that a lot of people name as far as why we see the dysfunction, especially in the black community, right? But I think as men, you know, we're here to assess situations for now and for the future. We know social media is here and it's here to stay. Social media ain't going nowhere. So as men, we got to be prepared for that, right? And also, I just want to say this too. Everything on social media, in my humble opinion, is not bad, right? Social media ain't all it's not all bad. There are a lot of constructive outlets on social media that could fine tune a person's life. I think what we truly need, as far as, especially with kids and women and ignorant men, is just needs to be more guidance, right? There needs to be more guidance, and there needs to be more of a respect level when it comes to somebody who is here to offer that guidance. Nobody respect nobody. Don't nobody respect nobody, man. Everybody want to be the man. Everybody want to be the woman. Everybody want to be the shit. There's no order in this. The order has gone out the window. You mentioned the gangs in New York. I think even with those gangs in New York, they still had somewhat of a family structure still intact, right? With the fathers and stuff, they're going to work. These dudes was gangster. They was going to the steel mill. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that we need more. The men, it's all contingent upon the men. I know, you know, we always been having these conversations for a long time as far as, you know, how women have thrown a lot of stuff out of socket, you know, the single mom syndrome and all that kind of stuff. Men got to get it. We got to get it together. It's on us, man. I'm telling you. You know, you don't have to have sex with that woman with the big ass and the titties and whatever. You know, but when we say that, that's another man will say Freezy is dick policing. I'm not trying to dick police. I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you how to live a better quality life. We got to be able to listen to reason and how to listen to something that's going to actually improve your life, and not say, oh, you know, you dick policing. Nah.
That's the segue.
That's a good point. That's real.
That's the segue. Subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. We got Matt already. We got Aaron already. Dedicated with the $2. My Ravens not well. Still beat the Bears right here. Nah, hell no. Yeah, the Bears have beat the Snoop Dogg shit out of the Ravens. Relly was popping. Relly in the building with 20 balls. What's up, Hamp? Fantastic. Freezy, Strider, Hank, Mr. Let Go. Missed you, LOL. This is going to be a good show. Great. Rail in the building, man. I think she was on the fast and all that from social media. Aaron with the $5 says Charlie Murphy said the men dressed like Prince got the girls. Young people emotional, but they've been making black men dress like women. Yeah, we cited a few. Son Kid, Shalom. Aaron with the $2 says, where's black men's voice in the schools and home? Aaron with the $2 says, it's cause women and white people have is that white people?
Yeah.
Have final words in schools.
Some truth to that.
Relly with the $5 says, water was death for punishment. Drink all the kids had them silver teeth because they drank so much juice. Shits was rotten. The molars, man. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Hey, Freezy, you kind of had touched on it, pause, as did Illa and Hink a little bit in terms of what we doing with the women and all that, right? You know, because we keep complaining about them, but that ass, though. Right? Raise your hand. Don't raise your hand if you that ass, though, nigga. Okay? That ass, though, we throw out all our natural inclinations, nigga. We risk it all. We go to a house in the middle of the hood in the middle of the night. Know what I'm saying? Because we get so caught up in clapping cheeks. And we had this conversation ad nauseum about the biological imperative. But it seemed like that shit getting us in trouble. Let me show y'all this clip. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, man.
Obviously, before my wife came into my life, I was the boy. I've had my fair share of women doing whatever I want, boom, boom, having fun, whatever. I learned very earlier on, bro, like that I had the power in that. So I was never the type of man that just wanted to share myself with a bunch of women. I always felt like I was a man of value, and I always seen that once you connect with somebody on that intimate level like that, it changes the circumstances of things. I'm pulling up at a house 3, 4 a.m. in the morning, seeing my kids sleep. That dynamic wasn't healthy for me, dog. So I realized I'm like, you can't do this. So she was the first change to that in terms of recognizing the power that I have by retaining, you see what I'm saying, by keeping that. You feel me? Because now I got to say so and the power to be able to say, yes, I want to do it. And not you just shake in my face. And then now I feel like, now I'm turned up. It's like, nah, I got the power to decide, like to see that and say that it's beautiful and to decide to say that now I don't want to indulge in that. So in terms of being in a marriage, for me, like I told myself, I'm going to take that serious. I don't play with marriage. I'm not that type of guy. I don't play with, you know what I'm saying? I'm very intentional when I do something, dog. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, if we're going to get married, we're going to do this. We locking in. So that's how I hold out on the temptation, bro. I respect mine no matter where I go. Like, you know what I'm saying? So obviously before my wife came into my life, I was the...
You heard Ace? I want to know what y'all think about more what he said, but I also want to know if y'all think what he's saying is realistic for men. Because that's what the retort I hear in my head, like Ace an outlier. Because that ass, though. But then we start talking about issues and they seem to stem from discipline or the lack thereof, wherever that discipline lacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, how does this make you effeminate though? And
it doesn't.
We're kind of like, okay. I just want to
we kind of mind through that well.
Yeah,
now we here because now we the state of black men, right?
Yeah.
So now when we talk about incels as an example, Mr. Lego, I could argue, well, Mr. Fantastic actually said this, that black men are probably the least likely to be incel because we got access. Because we the most attractive men in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, so we can get women, even the lowest, you know what I mean? And then also coupled with, and this could be argued, right? We are coupled with the most sexual women as well.
Yes.
So those two things together mean a nigga might could clap some cheeks. But then we clapping cheeks and 70% born out of wedlock and no marriages and the women raising the kids. But this seemed to be a thing we could fix if we stop acting like we can't control our lower loins.
Well, what if it's a kid or a young, like a 14-year-old boy watching and they're watching us and they just like, okay, don't be effeminate and then, you know, get at the chicks. But then in this particular segment, we like, don't get at the chicks. Find the right one. And they like, find the right one. I'm like 15. Like, so do I get at the chicks or do I not get at the chicks? what would you say to that young person who just, you know, they want to get at the chicks, but now we're saying don't get at the chicks?
Yeah, so this is a question. The first question you asked was, is it realistic? No, it's unrealistic. Is again
what Ace Hood said, right, Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah, it's unrealistic.
Your mic
And then
a little bit low.
even he said, and he even threw it in there to where he made sure to let you know that he had his point of where he had his time and he did what he wanted to do, right? So he's in a rare position to be able to have a choice and decline women or whatever. Women are never at a deficit. Most men, regardless of race or whatever, are acting at a deficit. Most men don't have their pick of the litter of women, especially the attractive women that most men want, right? So being that we know men are always going to be in pursuit of the women, all right, it's crazy to tell the man who is the person that has to be allowed access, right? Because at the end of the day, a woman has to allow you to have sex with her and then blame the man because the woman allows the man to have sex. And we know they're still at a deficit. So again, we lined a woman and a man outside on the corner somewhere, Times Square, with the woman holding up a sign. They're both 5s, or even if they're both 10s. Hey, get in this line if you want to have sex with me, pause, right? Which line is going to be fuller, right? And then one of those lines, somebody's probably going, depending on how attractive the woman is, somebody going to die. So again, I think it's unfair for us to always point to the men and talk about the men and what the men are doing, when again, the men have to be allowed to even penetrate a woman in the first place. And we know most men are participating in shit like this. The minority of men get women pregnant. The minority of men deal with multiple women, if at all, right? So again, I think this is a overrated thing to where we going back and we're actually supporting the narrative that black men are sexually irresponsible when the numbers don't support that.
Okay.
I think that what you just said is somewhat true, but it's problematic as well, because this is how we keep giving the leverage to women.
Right.
This is how you keep giving leverage to women. So a disciplined man, a woman can't do a lot with him because, you know, he adheres to what he believes within himself. What I heard from Ace Hood was it wasn't even about his wife. That's the decision that he made as a man, right? Even if his wife is out there doing her thing, like he made a decision to respect himself and to respect his marriage. And guess what? If his marriage falls under, he can still say, well, I did that and it's her loss, right? Men need to be able to say that. And so just because a woman got her legs open doesn't mean that I need to, accept it. Just because I'm in a all-you-can-eat restaurant doesn't mean I need to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? If I want my body to look right, if I want to be in good health, I'm going to exude a level of discipline. And I think that's what's missing with a lot of men.
And I like that analogy, the all-you-can-eat restaurant. There's plenty of all-you-can-eat restaurants, and I never go in those restaurants because, like, all kinds of shit is like, dust is selling on this food or whatever, right? But it's right there and it's cheap. And it's kind of like with women. Like, I turn down women when we be at our shows because it'd be all kinds of women. I'm like, I don't know what these damn women are. Like, I'm not taking nobody back to the hotel. I might get a phone number or whatever, but I'm not taking nobody back to the hotel. I'm going to my hotel by myself. Because the thing about it is, I don't know what a woman is up to. I don't know what she has planned. It could be some type of setup or whatever. And that's the thing that is important for men to understand. It's not just about loving yourself. It's about, sometimes it could be a setup. Sometimes a chick is just trying to get pregnant by you, trying to take advantage of you in some type of way. Like, women take advantage of men just like men take advantage of women. So we have to be more mindful in who we deal with for bigger other reasons other than just loving ourselves and those things, because chicks be trying to come up off of us and we have to be careful of that. And that comes from valuing yourselves in a number of different ways. You have to value yourself and see that the woman is valuing you to see that she's setting you up. But if you don't value yourself, you're just going to be running through chicks, and next thing you know, you don't got one on pregnant, and now you're paying child support, and you don't even realize that it was a setup.
Yeah, but most men aren't running through chicks and most women aren't. That's what I'm saying. It don't line up. This is why we keep putting the onus on the people who, at the end of the day, like you said, aren't the most violators. Women have more women are pregnant, more women have kids, more women. You know what I mean? The worst STDs, more women have them. So what are we? That's what I'm saying. What are we talking about here?
So you saying it's the women's fault?
Yeah, I'm saying it's women's fault because no matter how much a man asks a woman to have sex, she has to allow him to have sex. Otherwise, he's go to jail for a criminal act.
So
right?
he's not responsible for his actions.
No, I'm not saying he's not responsible for his actions. I'm saying is his actions have to be allowed. So he's not the person in power here. I'm saying most men, and we all speak from this position of where if you're a guy that goes to shows, how many dudes are on a show? Less than 1% of the world. So less than 1% of the world ever go through what Mr. Let Go says he's going through, to where you got a whole bunch of strange women that just come there to see you, and then they're offering you their body off the strength of you being on a platform. We got to take ourselves out of this, and we got to look at the normal, regular, schmegular, everyday guy. The normal,
I think that's
regular,
the biggest issue, though.
What's
Well,
the biggest issue? Being realistic.
So no, we have to stop thinking like that. We have to look at ourselves as the leader of the people that is watching us, and let the people that are watching us, regardless of where they are, know what we are doing in our own lives. See, it's like looking at somebody on TV, because we're not TV, but it's somewhat the same, right? You see a person, they get married or they do the right thing. That makes you want to do the right thing because you want to be like that person that you admire. So we have to look at things in the opposite way of what you just said as ourselves and say, hey, to the people watching, even though I have access to this and that, I don't take advantage of it for this reason and this reason and this reason. So when you, as a viewer, get somewhere near that environment, like young boys that are going to the NFL, for example.
Mr. Go, that you made the point. Yeah, you made the point. I'm saying you made the point. Let's
where when they get to a certain point.
No, don't belabor it though. Don't belabor the point. You made it.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it's clean. It's clean where you kind of landed at. I understand it. Mr. Fat, do you want to retort that? Oh, you want to get Illa in, then you can.
I can let somebody else go.
Go ahead, Illa.
Let Go, you cooking. That's you have a point. Now, fantastic. I get where you're coming from. I think sometimes you I ain't gonna say you, but I'm gonna say sometimes brothers that may share your sentiments are definitely you're coming from the perspective of like, hey, I can't do what she don't allow me to do. That's true. But I think in terms of the bigger picture, if we're saying that women have misled the community, women have made mistakes, that means something has been misdirected. That means they're moving in a way that's not conscious of how it might affect men. They're moving in a way that's not conscious of how it might affect their sons and daughters. So that means they've alienated the other three parts of the community for themselves. What I'm seeing a lot of men doing that we shouldn't do, and even sometimes in my past I have done, is you forget that since they're forgetting about everybody, that don't mean you got to do it, because they're moving in a way that's not caring about anybody. So we say, well, I'm gonna move in a way that's not caring about anybody. We'll let go. And what Freezy is saying is, hey, they have made mistakes. So if we're the men and we're the leaders and we're saying that for the lack of our presence is the reason why things are messed up, when we speak, when we talk, when we live, it has to be in a way that's exemplary, that does include the woman, does include the young women, and does include the young men, because the women have neglected all parties. But what I see men doing is, well, since they neglected it, we're going to neglect it, which, like Freezy said, gives them leverage, because they can say, but I thought you was the leader. Mm-hmm. See, the problem is you have to lead, and you lead by doing what you need to do. It's not about what they're doing, because just because she allows you to have sex, that's like somebody saying, well, I'm not making you smoke the crack, but who's making you sell it? So yeah, she's not making you. You're not making her do nothing with you, but you're choosing to do something with somebody who's you're saying, hey, she ain't that smart anyway, so she let me do it. So why you with her? So we're not absolving women from making it available. We're saying that men, just because it's available, because what you're talking about is that the amount that Let Go has an amount of access to, but every man, their own little bubble got access. It just depends on where you're at in life. It's a certain amount. The dude at Best Buy got chicks. You know what I'm saying? The UPS, it's a cool dude in every job. It's a dude at Pizza Hut that get all the girls. He do the stuff for us and he get all the chicks. So Let Go just in a different amount. But every man has a social bubble where he has access that he could gauge or judge whether he makes good decisions or not. So at some point in this conflict, we're seeing women saying, bump the children, bump the girls, not saying all y'all ladies, but in this conversation, they're saying bump the whole community. But men, if we're truly the leaders and if we're truly the ones that, based on our lack of them listening, is the reason why it's where it's at, then we can't respond how they respond. Not because we're trying to prove to them something, because that's just how we want to go to sleep at night for us. Because regardless of what the women do, we still got young people looking at us. And one of the people, whether it's men or women in this conversation, have to think about what the children need to hear and what the children need to see, because they have nothing to do with this. Our generation is what it is. Our generation, I'm sorry, I'm gonna land my plane here. Our generation need healing, love, and understanding, because we can't fix what happened to us. We got to understand what happened to us and deal with each other moving forward. The kids need instruction and examples.
And at some point, this is gonna be quick.
So I still gotta get Hank.
Okay, I just want to say one thing.
I want to make sure Mr. Fantastic want to reply. So just condense it so we can get that going.
At some point, we have to get that viewer credit, that regular guy credit, and say at some point he's going to get to the point where he can get women or he can get a certain type of woman. He has to know what to do when he gets to that point. Instead of just always saying, oh, well, the regular guy can't do this, can't do that. Well, at some point, he's going to be able to, but he got to make the right decision when he gets the opportunity.
Regardless of access.
Regardless, because at some point, he's going to get access.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Fantastic, did you want to respond, retort, rebuttal?
I can still wait. Everybody got to go. I can wait.
Go ahead, Freezy, and then Hank.
Well, I was going to say this to Fantastic's logic earlier when he first started talking, as far as the involuntary celibates that don't get sex. He was saying that, and Mr. Fantastic, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think his logic was that Ace Hood, he's had a whole bunch of hoes. So he was able to, once he got with his wife, he was able to kind of like, take on the path that he took with his marriage and everything and be faithful to his wife. But I want to kind of challenge that, because if you was out there, if you are experienced at having sex or whatever with women and stuff, I'm gonna tell you, even to the incels, if you watching this live stream, incels, once you do start having sex on the regular, I'm telling you, it's never enough. It's never enough. You like I don't believe a dude get tired of having sex with women. I don't believe it. Back in my day, we used to say, new coochie is good coochie. You know what I'm saying? It's always, that's the way it is. So if you don't make a personal decision to stop yourself, you're gonna keep going. You're gonna keep having sex. We hear stories of like Wilt Chamberlain, Ray J just came out on the streams talking about he had sex with 10,000. It's like these dudes, they're gonna keep, if you don't at some point in time just tell yourself, man, I'm gonna discipline myself and stop, you're gonna keep going. You're gonna keep having sex with women. Ace Hood had to make a personal decision, and if he didn't, he would have kept doing his thing.
Yeah, and specifically Freezy, Nature said, there's no pussy like new pussy. That's how a brother feel. Bust 3 times, throw it a peace sign, and I ain't gotta call her for weeks. Hank, what you think, bro?
Man, look, the thing about it, and we definitely talk about it, but I'm on the mode of, man, we got to prepare these kids, especially when you talk about boys. So we got to prepare our sons, man. I know we don't want them to out there getting premarital sex. I understand all that, marry before you carry. All that sounds good. These young boys are getting it in because these young girls are throwing it out. So you definitely got to make it your sons and your nephews, your little cousin, maybe your younger brothers, prepare them. Look, I know that's what I did. That early conversation, earlier probably than I really wanted to. When he was in the 6th grade, we had this, the birds and the bees talk. I don't even know if we say that anymore. I'm old as hell, and I'm okay with that. Y'all kiss my ass. But we definitely got to make sure we have that conversation with them. It's a must. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to teach them, make sure you be disciplined, but always make sure that they know how to protect themselves at the same time. If they get the opportunity to get some ass, don't go in their naked head. Don't you dare go in their naked head. I told them when I was in college, I said, when you go to school, you're going to see some different type women. They built different, they talk different, they act different. Don't go in their naked head. And if you ain't got one that day, take your ass on back to your dorm. Take a cold shower, get the Jergens, call it a night. Don't try to pull out game. Any of you dudes trying to teach your son to pull out game, you ain't shit. You a sorry ass father.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you,
that shit don't work.
Hey, you and I always had this discourse though. The Durex bowl is always full at the infirmary in school. As long as she can't get pregnant, that's all niggas care about. Niggas don't care about no STD. I'm just saying, but it just it's almost like abstaining is the best because that condom after minute 32 that condom is off. You've been in it for a half hour, niggas is. I'm telling you, you know how it
dry
goes.
up.
I agree, but we still have to teach you though, Hamp.
I understand. I just the reality of it, man. You know
hey, Hamp, the reason why is minute.
Hold on. I just want to. Did Strada go yet? My bad.
No. Yeah, Strada.
What you think, Strada? And then I know Ella want to go and it's like I want to go.
I'm still thinking, Hemp. I don't want to rush to say something prematurely.
Indeed.
I'm still listening to both sides.
I can get my what's the name now. So again, man, shout out to Hink for keeping it real. My son has played football since I don't know how long. He's 6'2", he got long hair. Apparently, women like long eyebrows or some shit. I don't know, eyelashes, right? So again, I've had the same talk with my son that Hink has had. And we all were 16 and 18 and 19. So this is why I say Hamp's pivotal question in this was realistic. Okay, most niggas is not leaving pussy on the table. We can do this righteous shit, and at the end of the day, again, the most important thing of what Ace Hood said, Ace Hood had to let us know that he get all the pussy he want, but somehow, some way, he was a super nigga, and he was able to discipline himself for his wife after he had all the women he wanted. He didn't say he got married and whatever. Ace Hood had like at least, I know for sure, one number one hit like in the world, and possibly a couple more, right? So again, this is why I say no. Most niggas are never gonna be Ace Hood. Most niggas are never gonna be on a touring podcast show in real life. Okay, most dudes are going to be able to get very, very limited women, and the women they can get, and that's it. And then it's not even going to be on their terms; it's going to be on what they can accept. So, in the fact of saying this shit sound good, and it's righteousness and all this other shit, right? But everybody's motherfucking righteous if everybody's on the same level. What I'm simply saying here is there's a reason that they taught us safe sex, right? If when you have the opportunity, in the military, it's called being dumb responsibly, okay? You can be dumb responsibly. If you're going to fucking go out, you're going to drink a whole bunch of beer, and you're going to get shit-faced, as the white boys say, you know what you do? You have either a designated driver or you call a cab. You don't drive. You don't drink and drive. It's the same thing for this situation where I'm trying to just simply say most men are never going to be in a position where they're having their way with women. They're able to go in the crowd, they're able to go somewhere, pick the woman they want, that they actually want to have a sex with, to have a relationship with, all these other things. All I'm saying is simply, hey man, if it was a case to where most men were just able to knock all these women down, right? I would be 1,000% with you guys. But I'm just looking at this realistically to where most men don't have that option, and most men get what they can get, and then those women allow them to get what they can get. It's way more niggas out here shooting their shots and missing than hitting. There's way more niggas out here wasting time, money, and all this other shit. This is why we talk about the food niggas, the fix-it niggas, the ride niggas, and it's way less getting pussy niggas than all the other niggas. So that's my point.
Go ahead. I think Ella was trying to go, and then
Nah, I was saying, I hear you, bro. But first of all, everybody kept it real. It wasn't just him. Everybody said something real. He ain't the only person that kept it real. That's one. For two, why you have to respond in such absolute? I don't see why what you're saying can be true, which is, hey, these chicks is out here, you gonna get some cheeks. What we're saying doesn't dismiss that. I don't know why you have to take this absolute position as if what you're saying discounts what we're saying. No, it's just all inclusive, because you're gonna go out here as a young man and run through shit, especially if you're young, you fly, you got some swag, you're gonna go through something. But what's also necessary to need is not just sexual health lessons, but hey, young man, one day you're gonna meet a girl that has A, B, C, D, E, F, G characteristics. And when you meet that girl, you're gonna have to move a little different. If you want something, like, it's levels to every stage of interest as a young man. It's that stage where it's like, yo, you outside, this how you be outside. It's a way to act the fool. Like I was watching, like the Dallas Cowboys. Well, when Michael Irvin at the White House, he said, yo, we found out to be, he said they had a place where they would get high and do all that shit. He said, yo, we found a good way to do something bad, something like that. So there's a way to fuck around. You could teach young cats the game. Like, look, you want to be out here in these streets, this is how you move with these chicks. There's game for that. There's also game for when you become a man, you might meet some woman that may mean something to you, that may have characteristics that's not of just a typical female. Now, if you want to make the argument of saying, well, how many of those are? Okay. But when you happen to do, because even through all the stuff we went through, we've met one or two chicks, 3 or 4, that was just based on a slight communication or irreconcilable differences that just changed the dynamic. But there was something there that could have worked with it, just something tipped it over. They exist. And most women, most guys, we keep saying, oh, they can't get most chicks. No, they can't get the chicks that they see on their Instagram. They can't see the chicks at the strip club. They can't get a bunch of those girls. Yeah, Ace Hood could get a bunch of those girls, but men can't get girls. They just can't get the ones they want. But it's ones that like them that they don't like. She may be a little bigger. She may be a little slimmer. She may not be the complexion you want. But I'm not saying trash, but men have options. But a lot of men, based on where they're at in life, based on what they accomplished, or based on just seeing it on the screen as it being so close to you, they feel like they deserve the bad chick. That's why most of these guys that get in the space, they have complaints. They're always complaining about the baddest, most sexiest, most Instagrammist chicks, because that's what they want. But it's other women besides them. So all of our ideas was real. We all kept it real. We all made a point. They all coalesced.
Yeah, just real quick. So I wasn't speaking to absolutes. I was speaking to like the channel policy, majority, minority, right? So again, like I said, that's why I said most. I don't think I said all at any point in time. So what I'm speaking to is to the reality and how, again, all this shit sound good, right? And everyone had said had merit.
What sounds good? What shit sounds good?
About, again, the I guess the righteousness and the discipline, discipline.
Why does it got to be righteous? Why can't it just be being a man? Like,
well, that's what I'm saying.
You don't want to be a righteous man? You don't think being a righteous person? Fuck being a righteous man. You don't think being a righteous person is good?
Well, righteousness is subjective. My righteousness is not your righteousness, and that's what happens in a lot of times.
Use another word, because nobody even used the word righteousness. You did.
Well, that's what we're talking about. So I mean,
no one mentioned that word. So you're describing what you're just. And I'm not trying to argue with you, but because sometimes when we respond, brothers, we just say, yeah, this shit you said. No, what did we say? Because we just brushed it off. Like, what was actually said?
Well,
who mentioned the word righteous? But no one mentioned the word righteous. We did describe behaviors that should be taught to young men and women before they get to the stomping grounds of interaction with each other. So all of our tips matter. You're dismissing. You don't have to dismiss what we're saying for you to have value. We all have something to contribute, because you say all of that shit. What's all of what shit? Well, nobody said righteousness. Young people are not just. We can't speak as if they're just going to be lumped into fuckery. Like someone have to speak on behalf of the young person. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So you weren't saying righteousness, but what you were talking about were righteous qualities. So
but you said righteousness is subjective. So how do you know what righteousness is? So obviously that means you do know what it is, because you said it's subjective. So I know what I'm saying is righteousness. If I never said it, and you said subjective, for me, who knows what it means?
All right, it is subjective. So again, just because something's subjective don't mean it doesn't have a colloquial meaning that most people agree upon, right? So I didn't say that there's no definition. I said there's different definitions, and for the most part, there's a socially accepted definition that most people understand what it is. But then there's nuance within that, which just everybody's not going to agree upon. Okay, some people believe in fucking taking a life if necessary. Some people believe you shouldn't take a life at all, right? No matter what, no matter the circumstances.
But
right?
most people think that if you have to, you should. That's the general consensus for the most part. Most people don't believe that.
No, most people don't get it. Most people aren't capable of violence. Most people don't believe in violence. Most people are against violence. Most people aren't capable of violence. So that's what I'm saying. So
most people, but we've seen a lot of cases where people who never was in a situation out of panic and fear did something that they had to do to survive. I think that's a survival mechanism.
More people have died. Way more people have died than killed. That's a fact.
Yeah, but people die from plane accidents. They die.
No,
they don't always die because they're violent situations. It's a lot of
in violent situations where people had a chance to protect themselves or take a life. More people have died than survived or killed. So that's just hands down. But either way, we can move past that, right?
That's even subjective, but okay.
Yeah, we can. So this is the thing. So, and it's not me dismissing anything. I didn't miss it. I was just, trying to get through the conversation.
It seemed like it did, but my bad.
No, it's cool. So everyone had their points. It's just that everyone had different points. Even when you guys agreed, people piggybacked off what people said because everybody didn't say the same exact thing. I seem to align more with what Hink said, so I gave credence to what I agreed with, like you guys did with Let Go and so on and so forth. I didn't take offense to it. What I'm saying is simply this, and this is the point that Hink made when he was here. You have to tell people, and come to people where they're at. Like you said, I agree with what you're saying 10,000%, Illa. You're a different man, male, or however you want to call it, at 15 than you are at 25, and then again at 35 and 45 and so on and so forth. What we keep acting like is that everybody, I think all of us are here around 40 years old, right? Or damn near 40 or 40 plus, right? Yeah. That these boys aren't 40, and it's unrealistic to have them to have the expectation of being 40-year-olds. All right, you're going to go out here, you're going to have your fun, you're going to do what you want to do. That's why I say you have to be responsible. We have to be realistic in what we're telling them to do. Otherwise, you're going to tell them in the meantime, all of us said, "Oh, I had some hoes, but now I'm gonna calm down." Yeah, I did the right thing.
No, okay. But I agree with fantastic, my brother. I agree with you. What I'm saying is, as the man, like basically what I went through, I learned a lot of it, but a lot of them lessons wasn't good lessons. A lot of things that I wish I did know when I was younger. So it's not like Freezy said earlier, like we said, we don't respect information. A lot of us was told stuff when we was younger that we didn't take heed because it's like I'm 25. I'm just saying you're not going to be perfect at 25, and it's impossible for you to be a 40-year-old at 25. So I agree with you. But if you're smart, you can take something from the 40-year-old. You can't take it all. Your testosterone is running high. I'm just saying it's a lot of things that there's a lot of times I wish I would have said no to stuff, even as a young man, because one thing as a young man, we feel like, and y'all can relate to this, we be feeling like this is it, 20 to 30 and boom. Like, that's not it. When we young, we be so focused on having fun. Not saying you should be boring. I'm just saying, I wish somebody told this to me. I'm not saying this like I'm the same. I'm just saying, based on the mistakes I made, I wish I took certain things more serious. And I think when I was younger, the main thing I thought it was about was having a good time to a degree. Like, I gotta go out, I got a club, I gotta see what's up with chicks. It's like, not really, because that appetite to have fun is not gonna go away when you turn 30. It's gonna be around so you can't do it no more. So in the meantime, when you're young and fruitful and have vitality, you need to find a passion. You need to find something that you really want to do and lock in at your youth. Because when you're young, you have way more energy to do that shit than you are when you're older. So I'm not trying to say they gotta be us. I'm just saying, based on what we know, we got some game for them. Because I know we both, maybe you seem pretty accomplished. You went to the army, so maybe in your 20s you was way more disciplined. I know when I was young, I got married young too early, and I still was kind of outside. So what I'm saying is, a lot of things we did when we was younger, bro, it delayed a lot of things that we could enjoy when we were older. Because the more energy you have as a young man, you should use that for chasing your goals, not necessarily chasing girls. But I'm not saying it's the easiest thing to do. But if I could talk to a younger me, that's what I would tell him.
And let me come in and say this. The only thing that I'm saying, all you need is one. All you need is one woman to ruin your whole fucking life. So it's not about getting this chick and all these different chicks. It only takes one. You contract some shit, get her pregnant, or like, you know, she does some crazy shit or whatever, and next thing you know, she says you R-worded her. It could be anything. It only takes one. So if it only takes one, let the young men know what to do with that one that you get your hands on. Use a condom. Do this, do that. That's all I'm saying. So yes, there's a lot of young men that can't get no ass, but he gonna get some ass at one point, and he gonna get some ass again at one point, because he's human. At some point, you know, what they say, the sun shines on a dog's ass or something. So at some point, no matter who the dude is, he's gonna get his hands on some chick, and if he doesn't know what to do mentally and emotionally with that woman, he's gonna mess it up. And next thing you know, his whole life is messed up, because now he you know, he don't got with the wrong chick. So we got to stop acting like no man is getting pussy. No men can get women. Like it makes zero sense to think like that, because it puts men in a position like, okay, what if I do get a woman? What if I do get this? Then what? I ain't got no answer.
So, Strada, you want to get in? Go ahead.
Few things on the list of the conversation. I think impulse control is one that comes to mind, right? Discipline early, and I'm trying to think of ways to righteously correct the things that we fucked up. Realistically speaking, we can't correct for it all, but it has to be a better way forward than what we did, right? But I'm just thinking about like positive reinforcement. Nothing came to mind, HAMP. When we was out here like really running amok and shit, did anyone ever sit you down and be like, yo, what are you actually doing? Did anyone ever ask you that?
No.
And I think a lot of our fuck ups was because there was nobody close enough in our ear to make us process what we were doing. We were acting off impulse. You feel me? We were feeding the impulse of just what felt good at the time. No one ever stopped you like, what the fuck are you actually doing? No one ever asked you that in the middle of whoremongering or in the middle of doing some wild shit. I was like, yo, stop and slow down. What's actually happening right now?
Yeah.
And I think that's the part that I believe is the balance between the two extremes of, we don't want them to be complete monks and eunuchs, because that's unrealistic. We don't want to be whoremongers. I think helping the younger men and women navigate where they at and make it make sense. So a lot of things that might look crazy, we can level set it better.
Strada, you know, yeah, man. And I think what you saying resonates so well, coupled with Mr. Let Go's later point. And my OG Omar said this one time. He said, you outside in the street, I mean, you got to get it right every day. Jake only got to get it right once. Similarly to what Mr. Let Go was offering. And here's the thing that give me cause for pause is we start complaining about us being subject to the system and what the system does to men when we get in it regarding our children, the manipulation and all that. And then when we finish the sentence, but we still got to get access to as many women as possible, right? Those two things work against themselves. We also know that 80% of men around 40 years old got kids. And the majority of us ain't married, which means everybody's still outside. So even the kid conversation about who does or does not have kids is kind of moot at that point, because most of us still outside. Most of us still ain't married. So we all still trying to figure it out. And so I just analyzing this thing, right? Because we're talking about the state of black men, and it seemed like we've been progressing positively. But then when we start talking about this stuff, we don't have communities, because communities is a group of families.
And then when it comes to just the thought process of it being
like, at least let my shit marinate a little bit. Gracious.
My fault.
Go ahead.
When it comes to thinking, you know, everything is a woman's fault and women are the problem and all this dumb shit. The dude that gets a woman pregnant and it was his fault because he nutted in her, his mindset is going to be like, it's your fault because you got pregnant, instead of taking accountability for his own actions, because all these dudes on social media
sitting here telling all these men just all together that women are the problem and women are doing this and doing that. He has no understanding on how to put the boundaries up, or either how to get along with the woman after the baby comes.
You were raised by a single mother, weren't it?
Good morning, 2K.
What's up, man? It's showing in Mr. Lego message, man. Bro, in a perfect world, that's how it would go. But the world ain't perfect, Mr. Lego. You know, we got sort of a history because you a panda bear, and you know I don't really do too much talking with you, but man, it's time to we talking about the black community, the black man. I think it's time to be honest, at least with yourself. I'm talking to you, Mr. Lego. Get off your phone. This the message you need to be hearing. Okay.
Just
okay.
Just for HAMP. Every time, bro. Every time.
What?
Every time.
You popular, Mr. Lego. You come with the territory.
You Mr. Lego.
I'm about to take the Mr. off your name. You just let go.
Let me say.
Well, I got one more subject, so I'll just, you know what I mean? Go ahead, Freezy.
I was gonna say if we can just be honest, like what Mr. Fantastic, what he said about a righteous man, I think a man should be a righteous man. He should strive to be a righteous man. And let me tell you something, let's just be honest. Like I know with my circle growing up, most of us, we didn't have good examples as, you know, older men, you know, actually being faithful and showing us what's a healthy family with, you know, with discipline and all that. I ain't see a lot of that stuff. My dad was married to my mama. He was still a Rolling Stone. He was cheating. Women was coming to the house. He had his little porn, whatever. He was letting me watch that stuff. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about like all the influences and stuff with the rap music, and, you know, they was letting me get wild. They was letting me get loose. I was in the streets, you know, whatever. A lot of my homeboys was like that. Most of my homeboys grew up in single parent households. I don't think we seen what's, you know, how we should properly conduct ourselves from boys to men from a young age. I don't think we actually seen this in real time on a consistent basis. A lot of what I'm hearing is just how we've been programmed, and we've accepted that this is how it is. No, it don't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be like that. You know, we have a. Go ahead.
Well, so there's an interesting conversation. I'll get 2K in on this one, and then we'll get maybe, but this is a great piece of the conversation. I just got to get one more, and I don't want to hold y'all too long. There was a conversation that was being had, right? And it said that it's not even about biological imperative as much as it's about influence and peer pressure. Because you get kudos, right? You got cachet when you got access to women. You the man when you got access to women. It's more about that than it is about your biology running you in terms of having to have sex. It's more about how you seen in the earth. What you think of that, 2K? And then you can go Illa for sure.
Well,
and then we'll get some final on this one, and then we'll go to the last one.
What to do, Freeze? From what I heard, what Freeze was, the logic that he was painting was a perfect world for a woman. So think about what you said. Like you said, your dad was teaching you about, you know, he had his little things on the side. He did porn, and he was telling you about this. I ain't hear nothing wrong with what you just said. That's all men activity. We are hunters. We like to hunt. Of course, I'm gonna teach my son about hunting. It then turns into a problem if you adopted the mindset of a woman who want one man to be with one woman, and then you raise the child to have this, and then that becomes the problem. So I don't think your dad showing you that or doing that with you was the problem. It was the woman influence in it all. That you don't think that you becoming a boy to a man until you faithful. You a man way before you decide to commit to one woman.
Let me ask you something. And my dad didn't do porn. That's y'all so crazy.
Hey, he was the dick him down hound, I heard.
No, but listen, let me ask you something, because to everybody that got daughters, right? would you treat your daughters the same way? Would you like, teach them to sow their raw oats and go have sex or whatever, just do their damn thing? Would you teach your daughters to do that?
Absolutely not.
Right. So to me, this is where we're working against each other, right? The men wouldn't teach their daughters to be like that, but you're going to teach your sons to go fuck that same daughter, to hunt and to be predatory towards that same daughter. The daughters we want to be chased, but we want the boys to hunt down that same daughter and make her into a whore. It's just working against each other in the community.
Why would I teach them the same thing? They two different genders.
But do you understand what I just said? It's working against each other.
Are you right, Freezy?
Of course.
Just real quick. The game is a game, Freezy. Like you said, I ain't no street nigga, but a street nigga once told me that, right? It is the gazelle's job to not get caught by the lion. It's the lion's job to hunt. Okay, that's why you teach your gazelle how to look for a lion and a wolf. Now, if she decides to, right, of course, accept that lion's request or advances, that's all on her. What we're doing is just the natural order of things. And like I said, we've been taught to, and like I said, we're talking about the masculinity aspect of this. We're trying to vilify a man hunting for women that we naturally do. And this gets back to HAMP. The biological imperative is still the basis and the first of everything, regardless of whatever in the hell niggas put on top of it, society put. And again, it's amongst us, because remember, it's not even cool to get hoes no more. This ain't the 90s. This ain't the early 2000s. If you get hoes, you're a misogynist. You're toxic masculinity. So that's why I say we got to talk about this.
What? Can you elaborate on that?
No, having hoes is definitely looked down upon, bro.
It's not you saying it's not looked at the same, but there's
wait. By who?
Clout. There's still clout in there. Now, one thing, just real quick.
Can they elaborate on it?
He's saying that the cachet. Let me just clarify real quick. The cachet we used to gain by having access to several women isn't revered the same today by the young boys. That's what was said essentially.
Not by the young boys.
No, yeah. Oh, we're not saying the young boys. We're not saying amongst the men. We're saying societally.
You'll be called out your name if you right.
Yeah. So my bad. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to ask. So, is it not about teaching your son how to find a woman? We understand that, but the gluttonous nature of it, though.
Yes.
Teaching them to be gluttonous would be the issue that would then contradict what you're teaching your daughter.
Yeah, so I disagree with that too. I don't think most dudes tell your son to go out here and get as many hoes as you can get. You just tell a man how to deal with a woman and if he's capable, he's capable. I'm gonna say this again. Most dudes like we say now, these the fattest kids we ever had. These motherfuckers ain't like us. These, like I said, most of these dudes don't even, you know what I mean? The social interaction is limited. Most of the stuff they do is through the internet, right? So that's what I'm saying. We got to take ourselves out of it, how we grew up, which I understand that's the reference we're using is masculinity, which is fair. What I'm saying is we're going to talk about this conversation. You can't expect kids in motherfucking 2025 to be kids born in 1985. It's just not, no matter how much we try, just like you can't expect the men born in 1945 to, be 85 to be like the men that was in 1945. Things changes and things advance. So what I think we're trying to do is we're trying to keep this, we're trying to freeze masculinity and act like there's not things that you have to change because of society. You literally have to change and you have to adapt to a degree. There's
masculinity is always the same.
No, it's not.
Masculinity is masculinity, bro.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's the same
no,
thing.
It's not.
It is
no, it's not.
No,
okay, so tell me. So give me an example how masculinity is the same now as it was 100 years ago. Tell me.
Being stoic, de-escalating an argument or
whoa, that's not masculine at all. I said if you go back 100 years ago, niggas shot. Hold on, you said de-escalated argument 100 years ago. Niggas slap each other in the face with a glove and somebody got to die.
No. But
no, you can't say no.
Okay, can you let me talk for a second? Even in that scenario, that was an official meeting. You stand in front of each other, ain't nobody around, and y'all duel or some shit. That still was some official shit. But most likely escalation on the side of the street. They met up.
Escalation. Hold on.
Brother, we're gonna handle this shit.
Words mean things. You said de-escalation. That would be an escalation of violence, brother.
Thank
To the
you,
ultimate cause.
Thank you. We
What?
bust your ass.
Hold on,
There
hold
you
on.
go.
Taking
hold on.
somebody's life.
Oh,
Wait.
can
Taking
you calm
somebody's
down
life
for a
is not an
second?
escalation of violence.
Can you calm down for a second?
I am calm, bro. Don't listen. We're not
Hey.
finna do this whole ass shit tonight, bro.
Bro. The de-escalation is, hey, there's no real reason for this to be an issue. And until
let's
it
kill each
turns
other,
into
though.
a
Let's
real,
kill each
can I finish?
But let's kill each other.
Can I
You
finish?
keep running from the question. You know, if you address the question, I don't have to keep. But you keep.
Well, let me do the mitigating, because every time y'all try to mitigate each other, it doesn't go well. Essentially,
bro.
Nigga say some dumb shit and then try to run
So,
away from
all right,
it.
so let's. I don't want the conversation to devolve. We still got one more place to go.
Graduate from high school or some
So now the stoicism and de-escalating while meeting an aggression where it's at, those things can coincide because it's setting time and place.
Yes.
So if I need to duel, I'll duel. But before we get to the duel, we can converse, and if we are unable to de-escalate, then you can get there. I think there's a pathology.
And that's masculinity, no matter what year it is, and that's all I'm saying.
Nah, Hamp, no. Again,
Nah, Hamp, once you
nobody,
do
I don't want to fight nobody. I want to go home to my family. That's what manhood is. I want to go home to my family.
Yo, like this, right?
I have to, it'll be what it's going to be. That's
this how it looks, Mr. Fantastic. I'm in the club. Illa, you got it after this. I'm in the club, right? Somebody had bumped me. Oh, I was in the airport. Nigga bumped me, right? So I kind of, you give it like an arm bar.
Yeah.
But he like mad at, I'm VIP on Spirit, so you know how I go. So boom, he mad at niggas and all that. So I'm like, yo, you chill, you good? You know what I mean? So he like, spin around all crazy, right? And so there's some old dude. He's like, hey, you see this nigga got boxing gloves hanging off his bag, right? And I'm like, yeah, son, just chill, like. But if he wouldn't have chilled, Mr. Fantastic, I would have tried to dog walk him in that airport. You see? But before that, I was like, yo, you good, son.
Thank you.
But if it would have went there, I would have went there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but hold on.
But you taking it there as the escalation.
No, but I'm saying I get the opportunity to de-escalate, right? And then because it's a two-party thing. So if he keep engaging, eventually I'm gonna have to put belt to ass, or vice versa, right? That's the truth. I could have got dog off in the airport.
Side of it is like, hold on, bro, chill out. You got to do that first. That's masculinity, no matter what year, no matter what age. That's what I'm saying. That's masculinity at its finest. Making sure everybody go home to their family.
I understand.
The main part here, Hamp never once said, hey man, I'm finna fucking kill this nigga in the Spirit motherfucking express line. At the most, he's motherfucking talking about putting foot to ass, okay?
Yeah.
You said, give me an example. I said, go back 100 years. 100 years ago, niggas were getting fucking shot and killed in the fucking street or whatever because you had a disagreement. Okay, there's no escalation in that. All right, the standard amongst men. That's why if you go back 1,000 years, the life expectancy of a man was like fucking 20-something years old because people were fucking putting in work that way, bro. Masculinity clearly has to adjust as society improves. Otherwise, everybody gonna die.
Yeah.
I hate when you niggas try to get up here and just throw away history, throw away context. And this is the problem with manhood. Niggas want to act like you built like Genghis Khan. You not, nigga.
Nah.
You're not finna pick up no sword. You're not finna pick up no shield. There'd be no reason for you to. As society progresses, man has to progress.
It's a great segue. Illa, condense it for me. Go ahead, talk your shit. This is a great segue.
I mean, it was a lot that was said, man.
Well, compact it for me, and then you got the final thought on this. But see, the next topic is right here, so you don't even got to go too far.
All right, it was just so much said, man. Peace, 2K. I don't think I've ever been a fan where I think you recently sent me a follow, whatever. But I have to disagree with corn is something that you have to show your son. To teach him about. No. You kind of looks like, yo, it's nothing wrong with that. If I'm not mistaken, you said it's nothing wrong with the man showing son porn as if that's the way you were supposed to introduce him to the birds and bees. I think that's a very unhealthy way to introduce your son to sex. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was introduced to porn. Porn gives you unrealistic appetite. It gives you unrealistic expectations in sex. It gives you a proclivity for obscure aspects of sex. It really makes it more of a recreation. And sex can be recreational, but it makes it dehumanizes people. So I think introducing your young son to that initially to sex can kind of retard
that is crazy
how he looks at sex. So I think this is the difference between like masculinity. It was so much said. I don't want to hold up the show up, but it was so much I wanted to respond to.
I can
y'all
agree
gonna
with
get it today. I'm gonna let y'all live today. Illa ain't gonna do it today, but it was a lot said. But I'm gonna let the show go.
Well,
man.
Nah, Illa is good because I have a feeling. I'm saying
I want to respond to it, but I don't
that
want to
things
hold
are
it up.
gonna come back up because the conversation is still right there. You know what I mean? So everybody.
I mean, can I go lower just a little something?
All right, go ahead, man.
All right, real quick. But like what Let Go is talking about, it's like masculinity is the same to a degree, and because you're always going to you're always going to be in this. The sword today is the gun. We still got something that can take your head. Yeah. There's still young cats dying at 15 and 16 in today's time. So the difference is we died for greater reasons. They was dying for land, country, resources. Niggas is dying for nothing. So the fact that they were dying not because they were so tough, it's just that they had pride about other things that really matter. But the problem is we do have natural testosterone, and we get to points in our life as young men where we feel a lot of energy. The problem is we need the proper information to harness that energy correctly. It's not about questioning the desire to want women and the desire to do stuff, but you need to express it in a way that's conducive to your survival. And that's regardless of what time. We're not saying be a square in the house and do that. It's like there's a science and there's a skill and there's a tact required in life as a man. There's a way to do everything. You could be a whoremonger, or you could be a smooth, intelligent player. Like there's levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? There's ways to go about it. So, but like I digress.
Come on, I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money. Bullshit. I see you shining, nigga. I can smell a motherfucker with money. Even Ray Charles can see you got money.
Perfect. Hit the like button for us, man. Unc be streaming with the $5 says, we the leaders, quote unquote, is such bullshit. We only the leaders of those willing to follow, exclamation point. Stop weaponizing leadership. Niggas never address followership. Shit is lame. Aaron with the $2 says, TMBR Live Food Network, 6 chefs cooking. Jay Miller with the $5 says, as long as the women can choose the men they want, they'll continue to pick the worst men for them. Axel Foley with the $5 says, why didn't women follow the black men trying to lead when the mother in Chicago got jumped on? Why did they blame the school and argue with the black men showing up? I didn't see that whole video, but I read the caption on it. I gotta watch it. Be streaming with the $5 says, Illa, you dismissed men with the quote, they want IG models assumption, exclamation point, end quote. That's the same goofy-ish women say, exclamation point. Most of us don't know IG models, exclamation point. Like, what the fuck? You want to respond?
I mean, because that's not the point. The point is what they lust after. Men look for that in the real world. They're not getting IG models, duh. They can't get them. But because they look at them all day, because all you dudes that be saying that dumb shit, when I be seeing these IG models online, I don't be following, but all these red pill niggas be following all these hoes. So that's one thing. For two, that's not the point. The point is men look at these IG models all day and they try to replicate that in what they see outside in the street. And they go look for that and they don't always get it. I'm not saying all men do, but a lot of men do. A lot of cats try to go find the chicks they looking at online. Like, absolutely they do. That's why they be in strip clubs. I'm not a strip club guy.
And TAT with the $5 says, fight or flight is a real thing. Everyone don't have the grit to murk at will, even if it's to save their lives. Can't get into details here, though. Relly with the $5 says, Party City just got shut down in 2025. Consumers control the market. Whoredom in all forms is destructive to the community. Darius with the $5 says, for the goal, props to all the men on the panel trying to figure this shit out. It's a fact. And saying with the $2 says, men don't have keys to those Lambo doors opening. Relly with the $5 says, sound like we want to find all the right ways to do the wrong shit. LOL. Fuck them kids, fuck the community. It's going to take away from my pleasure. Aaron with the $2 says, you ain't getting head yet? And the kid be 11, shaking my head. Aaron with the $2 says, it's cool till the man hear his daughter is a hoe. And TAT with the $5 says, yeah, I have both sons and daughters. I didn't teach, quote unquote, the girls to be garden tools, nor did I teach the boys to be tool makers. No monsters created here. Relly with the $2 says, fantastic and let go like Peter and the chicken. LOL. Ronnie in the building with the $5 says, dope show. Salute my G. Axel Foley with the $2 says, Illa argue like love. Are they related?
Like you about to segue right now?
Go ahead.
I just want to say this too. Older men need to also tell younger men chasing ass can have your ass either poor or not reaching your goals too. It's a lot of time consumption and having coochie on your mind all the time, chasing ass. Like that's why a man should be disciplined too, because it's more than life than just chasing that. You know, we should be talking about building empires and making money and building infrastructures and stuff. Chasing ass should be damn near one of the last thing on your mind, because you ain't really got a lot of time. And if you really got big plans, dudes know because it took a lot of time out of me too. Like it can throw you off as a man, especially as a young man. I just want to say that too.
When I'm traveling. When I'm traveling.
There's so much talking, on the panels, on the internet. So when I first got here, I was hearing some of the wildest shit I ever heard. And I'm like, there's no way everybody's still alive. It just don't make sense to me. So then, boom, niggas just talking about, oh, I want to set it up. I want to do this, that, and the third. I said, oh, I box. We can set it up. And when that happened, a lot of the overt trash talking started to dissipate a little bit. So we had a few different events and all that, and we do a lot of clowning on the young boys about how they can't fight this, that, and the third. How valuable is that part to masculinity? Like, at what point do it get there to where you need to line it up, or are we too old for that shit? The clip I just had queued up was my man Strata right here and my man Arnold. I don't know where he at, but they had a discourse that turned into an argument. And then at some point, somebody said, yo, fuck it. Let's line it up then. Strata's premise and how he live his life is all call outs are mandatory. And so they had to get to it. And we be talking so crazy to each other. Is this still a way to handle things as men, black men, modern day 2025? Or are we doing too much?
You can't put so much, Arnold. Hey, you can't. Hey, break. Hey, you can't push so much. All right, you gotta punch. All right, come on, let's work.
So this one example. Hello, what you laughing?
I ain't never see that.
Oh, I send it to you so you can watch because it's not even that long, right? So that's one example when they get into it, right? They ain't want no headgear. They wanted me to do 8-ounce gloves. I said, listen, I can't do 8-ounce gloves. I think I settled on 12-ounce gloves, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Even that, you could feel them knuckles, you know what I'm saying? So that's one example, right? I let it play a little bit. Now, here's another example of more of kind of what we see, but this is not super egregious, but this is what we see when we're having these conversations. So Mr. Fantastic got in the ring, right? And this was his first fight. Mr. Fantastic had 2 fights. So it's a lot of critiquing about what he did or didn't do in the ring. You remember this, Mr. Fantastic?
Of course.
So I'm gonna play this.
ankle or tear the ACL or so on and so forth. You're not celebrating that. That's not the point of the game. Combat sports is you directly. Not really talking to you. Apparently, you tried to get something together. So shout out to you, right? But
He's shaming my business. He's
excuses. Anyone who steps up have nothing but excuses for their.
So shout out to Cellulite. He critiquing Mr. Fantastic's fight that he had.
But hold on.
Be respected. That's bullshit.
But hold on. The how's an excuse? Hold on. Wait, so hold on. Time to just walk this down, and you agree to the premise. And this
is Joseph.
When was JP supposed to?
Okay, just correct.
Hold on. I'm trying to get
quick jerk, a quick reaction, constant move.
And it doesn't even happen for real. Literally the day of, and then like I said, already.
The actual question, and who is it posed?
One question is, I still gotta be here.
Is it a competition?
No smoke. Ain't that no smoke? Is what it is. Y'all niggas don't like me, and I like that y'all don't like me. The point and the fact of the matter is, JP was the nigga, and then what's his name? Joseph was the nigga, and the risk of, you know what I'm saying, being serious.
Miles per hour, right? We do things to punish it, you know.
Which is great. He had the balls to step in the ring, but hypocrisy comes in the fact of motherfuckers paid to watch this, and you gave that performance. Yes, that was disrespectful to fucking boxing, even if it was sparring, light sparring, love tapping, however you want to call it. It was hypocritical to sit up here and say all fucking night, but he did it, but he did it, but he did it. Niggas have kids and ain't fathers. Come on, man, try it again. Do we give out pats on the back and high fives just because a dude can have a kid? No. If you're not involved in that child's life, we ain't giving you no fucking props. So if you're gonna step up to fucking box, then perform. Not get in there and dance around and love tapping arms and the other burn the fuck out within the first minute. No. So yes, it's hypocritical.
But still, you gotta look at it from his perspective. He's the one that's running the event. So he's literally watching these niggas bitch out one by one. Hey, to the point.
It's great that he gave.
So what you watching, Will is critiquing Mr. Fantastic, right?
And I give Fantastic his salutes for showing up and actually stepping in the ring and doing his thing. But I'm not gonna fucking fall back from the fact that it was a bullshit performance. Nah, here come the excuses. Oh, I got different opponents. Oh, I only had this much time to train. Oh, this and this and this and this. When you showed up to the fight, you knew you only had this much time to train.
All right, y'all got the gist of it. Yeah. Everybody good? Y'all clear? All right. So then he said, "Yo, you didn't perform. We paid for that shit." So then 2K. Niggas had to line it up.
Okay.
So now, this Mr. Fantastic, the brother who was talking to him in the clip, they lined it up after that, right? Because it got to a point where you critiquing me, let's get it popping, right? Yeah. That makes sense in my mind still. I could be childish, though. Y'all let me know. So then, boom. Let's speed it up a little bit.
Keep working that jab. Keep working that jab. Wow, get that jab.
Fantastic, a big ass nigga.
Like the weight class difference, man. It's just same shit, man.
Nah. That weight class, it match up.
They both heavyweight.
I was just talking shit.
Uh-oh.
You're in trouble.
Oh yeah. I seen it. He was in trouble a long time ago.
So they lined it up. They got busy. Oh, salute to Sal. Sal, what up, baby? Sal stupid. Now, beat this though. After they boxed it out, all that, what Mr. Fantastic say about it? Nothing. We reviewed the footage just about how they was boxing. The respect was mutual. Nothing happened after that. He ain't talk bad about him, vice versa, none of that shit. Even with all the shit talking that transpired before they got busy. But after they got busy, ain't nothing to talk about. But it's respect for just getting in that ring. It's hard as fuck to get through those ropes.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm looking, I'm saying, yo, like, do we need to bring more of this shit back as black men? Do we need to, or treat each other on these panels when we conversing with a little bit more respect so it don't gotta go there?
No. No. Like in theory now, I like the respect aspect that come with it. Like, hey, you talk shit, we get in the ring, we box it out, it's cool.
Yeah.
But by that knowledge, Mr. Fantastic is superior to everybody. So if he don't like what I'm saying, get in the ring. Now I get my ass knocked out. I'm the nigga with the great idea, but I can't beat him physically. And so there we had a structure, the strongest nigga, not necessarily the smartest, have the say-so over the pack. And we don't know how far that'll get us when we need brain power instead of brute force. You did what I'm saying? I get from the respect aspect. Like, hey, let's line it up. Let's get it together. But if what I'm saying is smarter, and because Mr. Fantastic probably be dumber, but he's stronger and can knock me out, that'll make everything that he say right. Because I can't challenge it. Like, if he challenged my idea, then we got to line it up. You got to be dog.
But I don't think that was a matter of challenging ideas. I think he was talking slick to him, like, "Yo, you can't fight, motherfucker. I saw what you could do." That wasn't a matter of red pill versus liberal. That wasn't that.
No. You right there. Like in that.
Because if we fight, if I get into a fight, if I pull somebody just because they beat me or I beat them, that don't mean I'm smarter than they smarter than me. Just because you knock somebody out, don't mean that they're gonna agree with you after that. You could knock it. Like, I don't know how
but okay. Think about
that. Don't mean he the leader because he not like because
dude. Listen,
okay. Other shit you can use besides fists to put somebody down. So when it really get real, like it don't matter if you know how to
we keep it respectful. We not going to the guns. Okay. So
I'm just saying violence, period, because I'm just saying you're talking for what it sound like to me. It sound like you saying, yo, if we disagree, then that mean I gotta agree with you? Because that's some Debo shit. No. Just because we're not fighting over a disagreement of perspective.
Right.
To me, they fight was Fantastic felt he disrespected him and called him out about his fighting style. So it's like, well, hey, why don't you show me how to fight?
No.
That's different.
No, that's valid. What you saying is on thing, but that wasn't the question that Hamp asked. Hamp said, should this be how we go about getting things done? And I'm saying it won't be productive as black men, because when we get into arguments about, let's say, a highway structure, you say this way right, I say this way right, let's box about it. Now, the dude who won necessarily not the smartest dude, and he gonna make a decision based off of can I whoop him or not.
But we gotta be smart enough to not fight over stuff like that.
But see, you got to prove that now you got to prove that to Mr. Fantastic, because we can say that, but he's the dominant person here. We can say we got to be smart enough, but guess what? He gonna go to every time he don't like something. Line it up.
No, actually,
that's not necessarily. But first of all, we don't know who the dominant person is, so it's not clear that anybody's the dominant person.
Well, we say in this example,
in that fight against
in this example, I'm not saying Mr. Fantastic like that.
Let me speak
when we're talking about thoughts, that doesn't really have a place. Like, intelligent men fight over shit that's worth fighting for. Now, if we're saying a life or death situation, then that might be a fight for a structural change, or real men ain't gonna fight over nothing like that. So to me, what you're fighting over says more about what type of men you are. I think real men gonna fight over something that's worth fighting for. I think where the furniture goes is not something that is always gonna end up in a fight. Well, he said blue, so we gotta pick. No, like, I don't think.
But see, listen, it only take one man. You can have 6 real men, and if one man say, "Hey, I'm top dog, come prove it." That's what the other 6 men.
And that's when that heat. But I ain't trying to get crazy, but that's when that still come out. Because if you are showing irrational use of your strength, and we're saying, hey, we're talking, bro, and you're saying, fuck that. I don't care what y'all talking about. I'm bigger than y'all, nigga. I'm gonna pop your ass.
Now you don't pop him.
Now you're gonna have to get down.
You just have to. You just have to.
No,
be
that ain't
hierarchy.
that's law and order. No, that's law and order because
It's
now
not law
you're
and
being
order.
rational and nothing matters. So we gotta
no
down.
law and order.
All right.
If you challenge
I'ma
the
get that.
if you challenge the head lion,
so let
and
me
you get back
get
to
in
the
real quick.
fight.
All right. So let me get in here and speak on my own behalf. So first and foremost, the strongest nigga and the smartest nigga can be the same person in the room. I don't know why y'all keep that like that's not possible. But moving past that, right? Now again, we were talking about masculinity here. A major part of masculinity is physicality. Okay, I don't give a fuck how smart you are. If you a smart fucking weak ass nigga, 2K is right. Your opinion don't fucking matter. You work for me. I'll make you do what the fuck I want you to do because I can dominate you.
There you go.
Now, of course, that's not civilized, but we talking about masculinity. And at the end of the day, when shit come to, push come to shove, if the shit hits the fan, you want the smart nigga or you want the motherfucking strong nigga. Okay? When shit talk about getting rid, and then at the same time, the nigga that got hands can also have fucking fingers. It's some niggas that can do both.
That's
most niggas could do that.
So what?
Most people could do that. So the point I'm trying to make is the strongest person can have a say, but it's not necessarily that the strongest person have to say or the smartest person. Sometimes the smart person, the strong person. Sometimes it's the smart. Like it varies. There's no lock in one way.
Hold on, but I think what we talk about masculinity here. The main principle of masculinity is dominance. Everything else is
I
secondary.
agree with you, but in the world, the big strong motherfuckers be working for somebody who's not strong and big. It's very rare that the biggest person is the smartest person and the richest person. Elon Musk is not no big ass nigga. Fucking Trump is not a huge big ass nigga. Like
Elon Musk, like 6'4", 6'5".
I'm saying, but that don't mean he the strongest man. That don't mean he's the person who can fight the best. We have anomalies. We do have anomalies.
Physical threat. I got you.
I'm just saying we have anomalies. There is some men that could do both, but I'm just saying we live in a world where there is no one way. Being the strongest and the richest, being the strongest man does not mean you're going to dominate anything, because it really doesn't. It's just violence is so easy to have because it's not about who can fight; it's who can hurt you. See, that's what people keep thinking about is I could beat somebody. Anybody can hurt you. It's not about who you can beat up. It's who you can hurt. A punk could kill somebody.
Well,
like anybody can get hurt.
But
it's about who can have the power to hurt somebody. You can get hurt a lot of ways.
But look at this though. So here's what I'm and maybe I'll take the onus on it, right? Of doing a poor job of the framing. What I'm simply saying is how we comport ourselves because we in these boxes, very similarly to the conversation that 2K and I and a bunch of other people had about domestic discipline. When violence is off the table amongst men in these boxes, we see people get out of their body. And I'm simply saying that people are willing to get out of their body if the opportunity to line it up was there. Would we see that, and would that be beneficial? If we acted like, hey, if you was in my face, would you be talking to me in this way?
It would be beneficial to ease how they talk to each other, but it doesn't determine who has the better plan for the people. That's still up for grabs.
Yeah.
We just figured out that, hey, I'm not going to talk crazy to you. You don't talk crazy to me. All right, we still got to figure out what the fuck we're going to do as a whole. That don't determine that.
That's a fact.
I think the conversation about what we need to do to help is more productive when people are respectful. That's what you know what I mean? That's my overarching point.
I think the
conversation go better, but it don't always mean it's going to produce results. People
there ain't no guarantees to it.
In the real world, it's best to remain respectful.
And after Freezy and Estrada jump in.
In the real world, it's best to remain respectful everywhere you go. No matter, you go to a new city, you don't know your surroundings. It's best to, conduct yourself accordingly and to be very observant. Every fight ain't gonna be regulated. I would argue that most fights are not gonna be regulated. Even the dude that lose, that don't mean that that you're gonna dominate him. Nah, I know a lot of guys that if they lose a fight, man, you need to watch your back. You need to watch your back for a long time. Just because you beat him this time don't mean that you dominated him. No, it don't work like that. in the real world, you know. Now in a regulated fight, okay, regulated environment, yeah, but realistically, nah, it don't work like that.
I think part of being a man is sitting on your air. I think that's very feminine. If we in a fight and then you try to come kill me because of the fight, I'd rather lose a fight 20 times than kill you about the fight that I lost. Like, I just need to get better as a man. And I think us men, we do good as just playing out respecting each other because we know what's next. We know what comes next. I
agree.
But this the thing with that too, K. I agree with you. But my thing is, if somebody knocked a nigga out, but that dude still have something to offer, that don't mean if he's not able to offer that anymore when he get knocked out, that could shift what that man do to even the odds. That's why people, when it comes to violence, yo, once blood is drawn and somebody hurt, like, you don't know what the person gonna do with that. You don't know how you can injure somebody. You can get in that boxing match, knock a nigga eye socket out, trying to prove something to these mother. And now he don't want to take that. It's like once violence is induced and once you try to impose yourself, if a person don't have the physical ability to beat you up, they're gonna find another way to do it. Like once blood is shed, you can't determine. It ain't no, like you said back then, people would use
that's when that
type of sword. I just think people are too violent. It's too easy to hurt people today.
It's no honor in it, bro. That's when that mama come out of you, bro. Like, oh, you whoop me, I'm finna go to the car and get my gun.
I'm saying if somebody beat your ass, right? Say if you lost, 2K.
I lost the fight.
That don't mean after that 2K can't talk no more. 2K can't contribute no more. If they do that, if you're the person that said, hey, I got my ass whooped, I took my L, I took it like a man, and then niggas still try to press you, act like you nobody, that could trigger some of your mind to take it to another level. Because like, hey, I played the game. I was a fair man. I was balanced. Y'all still trying to play me? All right, watch this. That's what I'm saying. We have to respect the L. So like you have to respect taking the L.
Yeah.
The other people got to respect that you took the L.
You got to respect the L too. And usually what happens is realignment. After you take an L, think about Will Smith. When he took the L at the park, he had to go to motherfucking West Philly because he knew that he had lost it here. And that's a part of being a man too. You got to shake because you if you can't challenge Top Dog no more and don't nobody else respecting you, gotta realign. You gotta go where you can get.
Yeah, guess what that means? That means that we not men yet. Because that's a fact too. That means we ain't men yet. Because if I took my L, why I gotta leave? Why I can't be respected or more because I was a real man. So that shows you that it's a bigger, deeper problem. You shouldn't have to go nowhere.
It's not, because you don't forget now, you always being seen in a certain type of way. Even when I was in the military, you get promoted as a sergeant, right? What they'll do is they'll remove you from the company as you were like a private. They remove you from that because no matter that you're a sergeant now, the people who your peers, they still see you as private such and such. So they realigned you for better positioning. And it's the same way. Like, okay.
He's still in the same army though.
He's still in the same army, but
he got the Navy now.
He not around the same peers. We still in the same world. We still in the same United States, but now you in a different city because you got to get back. That's a fact.
Hey, 2K, I think that focusing on the outcome kind of misses the theme of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, when me and Arnold, when we got it shaken, it was more about the principles and what I'm willing to do about my principles. I'll bleed by them. Yeah. Win, lose, or draw, right? Like, all call-outs are mandatory. That's how I grew up. And again, and to me, the result was inconsequential. Go watch the fight. It was a dope fight, like I said, but that wasn't the point of why I was fighting him, to kick his ass. It's principle, right? And I think that when we talk to each other, that respect, if you know in the back of your brain on this panel, there's a man that can always set up a fight.
Right.
It keeps people at a level of calm and peace because you know it's on the table in a way that you can't really get out your body too bad, right?
Right.
But I think that and I ain't gonna lie, the reason why I do love the idea that violence is back in your brain, because we all know we from that enough to know you talk too crazy, somebody gonna punch in your shit, and ain't gonna be no gloves, there's not gonna be no hemp there.
So these
are gonna punch in your shit. You see what I'm saying? And I think that we grew up enough around that to understand that we went out to the earth with respect because we always knew that's on the table. That's on the menu for most men.
Yeah, but
you
see,
might have to fight behind your principle. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I get it. But you see, it's easy for you to say all call outs are mandatory because you nice with the hands. What if you get into it with a marathon runner? He say, hey, every time you see him, let's do a 10-mile race.
Yeah.
He like, now you see what you doing in this case, you are sticking to your strength. And
but here's the cold shit though, 2K.
Okay.
To me, that's why I said it ain't tied to an outcome. It's just that you need to know that when around me, respect is something that's a principle. That's my line of principle. I'm willing to bleed about it.
Yeah.
I don't care about the outcome. So if I'm competitive and the guy every time he saw me, he like, fuck that, I can run 10 miles longer than you. Well, we're gonna line this motherfucker up every time and I'm gonna throw up all the way to the 10-mile mark. But if that's what we own, that's what we own. But see, that's the whole, to me, that's the theme of the principle of, as a man, this is a principle. I bleed behind it, I live by it. You feel me? So the result is inconsequential to the lesson. You feel me? That's my main point. And sometimes your principles get tested physically. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's gotta always be on the menu as men. We gotta keep that in the front of our brain. Like, you willing to bleed about it? You might want to shut up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might want to be quiet about it if you don't feel that passionate about it. You might want to calm that down a little bit. Feel me?
It's definitely a hierarchy.
Well, let me
2K,
add let me say that 2K. Would you agree with this? It does matter how the fight started to, or how the fight ended up, because I'm saying, like, much respect to say, like, but it just, it's worse when you talking shit and you rah and then you lose, and then you take an ass whooping like that, versus if two men came, bump heads off of some misunderstanding or whatever, or something like that. Like, me, this is my thing. Like, if you perpetuating a rah type of attitude and you lose, that, to me, that's worse.
Yeah,
that's worse. You know what I'm saying? Versus two dudes that's, they had probably a misunderstanding and, they bump heads and then they fought or whatever. And neither one of them was really trying to, grandstand the other one. You feel what I'm saying? To me, I just feel like context matter.
Yeah, no, it do. But at the end of the day, the decision will be made by the person who's the strongest. Like, that's just what it is. Like, cause let's just say Scrotter the toughest person. It don't matter. It's like everything go through him, whether he want to fight or whether he don't. It's still his world because he's the strongest amongst us. Now, I think that the civilization we live in now is much fairer to intellectual people or people who just like to talk it out rather than be violent. Because if we was in the lion's den, whatever Scrotter say, go, and you can challenge him. Let's say Ill buck up against him. You can challenge him, but Scrotter gonna put him down. Like, you got to go, Ill. And at the end of the day, not the bullet, but the strongest person win. That's why Mr. Let Go, he's so quiet on this topic, because he know.
I know what. I was just about to actually say something, and you're the one that interrupted me.
Let's line it up, man.
Why do you want to fight me, 2K?
I don't want to fight you, man. I just want a free card game, bro.
So what I was about to say is, 2K, you cool, man. I don't know why you coming to charge. But the problem, it's not a problem, but I'll just say the caveat to this is violence means differently to different people, and fighting strangers can get you killed because you don't know what the other person is capable of doing. The boxing stuff is cool, right? But in normal life, don't nobody know what no boxing ring is. So y'all just want to fight in the street. And the problem, caveat, not problem, if you don't know the person you about to fight, do you trust this person not to pull out a knife, not to hit you with a bottle, not to pick up a rock, not to jump you with his, with somebody he's with?
Yeah.
Is it really going to be a fair fight when it's a stranger?
And
so
I
that's
think
the problem. So when you looking at fighting a stranger, you can't really trust that stranger to play right.
No, I think that's why we here now. That's why we at the conversation piece now. because the unpredictability. Like I know Strata will run me a clean fade. I know Fantastic HAMP will run me a clean fade. I think Ill gonna shoot me. So
no. It'll run a clean fade too. I'm not describing what.
No. This is just an example.
I know, but I'm saying, but you say stuff and people could like, let's just keep it clear. What I'm talking about is we live in a real world, bro, with real consequences. Like I done fought, I done took L's, I done gave L's. I ain't just I'll fight you. That don't mean I'm the toughest or the biggest. I'm just not a bitch. But when it comes to like what Let Go said, you don't know how things are gonna transpire.
Exactly. Like I was saying, I think this.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not like I'll shoot you. I'll do whatever I gotta do.
And this why we at the talking phase of masculinity, because it's too unpredictable. Like we got 3 niggas that'll run a clean fade and another 3 niggas that'll shoot you. When back in the day it was all clean fades or a bar fight
among friends.
Everybody would shoot a fade depending on the scenario, and everybody will ass in the scenario. It just depends on the scenario. Strangers don't. I'm sorry, Let Go, but he's right. Where I'm from, I'm from up north. Jada said ain't no more fair ones. Now niggas will jump your moms. So what I'm saying is, people gotta stop thinking that their personal ego, their personal valor, that shit don't mean nothing to nobody. If I feel like my life matters more to me than what you trying to prove, your jujitsu. Some people feel like I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to go home to my girl, my wife, my family, and I will bust your ass. It's just that simple. It's not meaning that they talk to anybody. You live in a world that people don't have that much to prove to you. They like, listen, I ain't got time for this shit, bro.
That to me,
that's a great point.
That's single mother behavior. I don't care what nobody.
No, it's not. I don't agree. I don't agree with that. So no. Listen, I'm gonna say this right. So I agree wholeheartedly. And again, this goes back to the point that we said earlier. Masculinity is not the same. Y'all just said it. Nigga said I was crazy when I said it earlier. Masculinity is not the same.
No.
Here's
okay, go ahead.
Well, let me add this in, man.
Go ahead, finish.
Thing, right? This is the thing. Because he was kind of he was saying it made his point. But here's the thing. You talking to people that you don't know in a particular way. See, that's the part that stuffs my Timbs. So you talking to niggas crazy, and then you like, well, why you want to fight me? What happens if I fight you? I don't know you. Well, I keep that same energy when I'm conversing. But for some reason, we forget all that as possibilities or probabilities when we having a conversation. See, that's the part that I'm questioning. Because if I know he could park me somewhere, why am I talking to him crazy if I'm not ready to park shit?
Thank you, man. That's the point. That's what we saying. That's why I'm still saying it. Even the fact of the matter that we treat.
Sorry, Miss Fantastic and 2K. Park mean I would delete him and then leave him in a particular spot. I know you guys are from down south, so I just had to
be clear. Doing what you got to do.
Nigga, that's West Coast lingo.
And let's keep it a buck. Doing what you got to do to make it home safe. To get to where your life is, I can never be single mother energy. That can never have to do with a woman or nothing.
You talking about can't take the L, not making it home safe. If a nigga knock you out and you run to the car and get a gun,
listen, I agree with this wholeheartedly, bro. Again, I live in Florida. I'm from Georgia. Listen, my nigga, I don't have to agree to fight you. Okay, and if you ignore my disagreement to fight you, you agree to me shooting you.
I'm with that. I'm with that.
And I think that's what Ill is speaking to. If you're a strange motherfucker and or whatever, if we got problems, we got beef or so on and so forth. So I think that's where we kind of shifted. What Hamp is talking about here, right? We talking about strictly panel to correlate to real life. Exactly. I don't ever pop shit to niggas like I'm gonna do shit to niggas because I'm from that era. Like if you talk crazy, this nigga gonna have to see you and something gonna happen. Be it fists or be it worse, right? So I always live by that principle. For whatever reason, niggas like talking like that on here, and then, you know, if and when you have to see them in person, now I'm expecting you to have that same energy. Now, if you want it to be on some hand shit, it can be on some hand shit. But if it's prepared to go further than that, I'm prepared to go further than that, depending on how far you took it. If you tell me you're gonna do something to me, you're gonna take my life, you're gonna kill me, you're gonna whatever. Whenever I see you, that's the expectation, and that's the level I have to be at. Otherwise, I'm a fucking fool. I think we all agree to that. But to y'all's point, I don't think a lot of people. I know a lot of people don't do that because that's what HAMP saying. Because niggas pop off and talk like they really bout that, like they ready to catch a body, like they ready to be motherfucking judged by 12 or carried by 6. You feel me? And that's what's been lost, and that's what it's still. My point has been made. Masculinity has changed, even for us, all of us around the same age, bro. We go back 20 years, bro. Niggas wasn't really, popping off like that crazy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Niggas
There
was
wasn't
still
social media though. Do you understand that part?
I understand that part.
There's a different avenue now that it wasn't there. So how can we gauge that?
What do you mean gauge what?
20 years ago wasn't on social media. So nobody pops off on social media when there's no social media. So the only time that, and then another thing with kind of like what 2K and Philosophical saying, there was never any strangers popping off on each other because we were all in the same neighborhood, same street, same job. So we kind of knew each other. So it was like a friendly fade. But now it's not any friendly fights or whatever because everybody on social media, they're strangers. And that person may bring a gun.
It was
one to
fight.
Well,
hold on, just real quick. And
it was everybody around each other, so everybody's somewhat acquainted with each other.
Yeah, no. You
disagree?
I disagree wholeheartedly. Niggas had sides of towns for a reason. Niggas had neighborhoods for a reason. Niggas got gangs for a reason. So again, I've never been no gang nigga. But niggas had neighborhood wars and niggas had high school wars and so on and so forth. Niggas that didn't know shit about niggas at all.
The niggas weren't really strangers, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they were.
We were strangers. You were complete and total strangers. It was shit to where niggas talk shit about niggas and word get around it niggas and niggas confront niggas. Even in the same high school. You never met each other a day in life. Just because we go to the same high school, that don't mean I know you. I don't fucking know you. It's a thousand people.
That is a level of stranger. Okay.
Yeah, why you think a nigga was so mad about a stranger stepping on his shoes in the club? He was a stranger. Like if he knew the nigga, he would have gave him some leniency. So strangers definitely fought. They definitely want to accommodate it, and just because you stayed in the same community, don't mean you will fight everybody you fought you knew. So before there was social media, it was just stranger danger. We literally had a term for it. That's what it was.
Does everybody agree with this? Like, even if like there's a bully, a lot of times a bully will still respect the person that he's picking on if the person end up start fighting him. Like even if the person lose, he'll get more respect than if the bully if he just don't do nothing, he'll just allow the bully to just pounce on him without nothing, right? That's why I said it's context. It depends on how the bully is. Like you get respect just for fighting. Right, but because everybody ain't gonna win every fight. Let's just go ahead and throw that macho-ness out the door. I know everybody the toughest dude in the world with it. Everybody ain't gonna win every fight. I'm just saying it look worse when the fight ain't even for you and you talking loud and you acting like you the toughest dude and then you get your ass whooped. I'm just saying don't do that.
In most cases, the bully don't stop fighting because you fought back. The bully stopped fighting because you gave him a good fight, or it wasn't worth the struggle. If the bully knocked your ass out, he gonna keep knocking you out.
I agree with that.
But if you push him to the limit, he was like, man, he might get me next time. That's when the bully start showing you respect, and that's out of sheer fear. That's because you are.
But 2K. But back to fantastic point. That's why dudes join gangs and stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So they can get more muscle. United States taught us that. In the military. Okay. Okay. Y'all ain't gonna fight fair. We ain't gonna fight fair. I'm gonna get me some bigger nuclear weapons. Yeah, this how we gonna do it. If y'all want to do it like that, yeah, we can take your head off over here. Fantastic.
Going back to what Strada said, different types of competition. Me and Fantastic still gotta go at it because he said he can get more bitches than me.
What y'all gonna go parking lot pimp?
Yeah, what?
Parking lot pimping?
Yeah, what? Yeah, what we doing?
We gonna
We gonna have a hoe off?
Yeah, we're gonna have a hoe off. We having a hoe off.
I'm married and I get my hoe that Mr. Lego.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I'm just playing. Now I fuck with Lego, man. Let me stop messing with him, bro. He's such an easy target.
I'm an easy target.
Wait, but ain't
Do I got a
nobody
red
respond
shirt
to what I
on?
said before him segued though, because he segued so fast.
What was that?
When I was like chasing ass can keep you broke too.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I don't think it was a look over. I think it was a mutual agreement.
It wasn't. It's not.
It didn't have to be. You know what I mean? What's understood don't got to be said. So no, you made a great point. I think men being hyper focused on women, you know, is problematic.
I didn't agree with it. Like sometimes the chips just fall as they lay, bro. And what that is, if all of us were hyper focused on being successful, then it'll just only be 100 successful dudes. That's not necessarily what everything need. Like you super successful, so you get a lot of money. I'm super broke, so I get a lot of hoes. It's just how the world feels out. We'll never ever have a society where all men are successful. Never. And because of that, the lower men probably get the most girls. Like there would never ever, don't even start pushing the agenda. There would never ever be a society where all men are super successful. Driven goal driven or none of that. It's not gonna happen. That's just like a society where there won't be hoes as women. They will always exist. You just train them up as far as you see their direction to go. That's why I'm glad I got my kids. I can look at them and tell them who they are and which way to go. Everybody can't be super successful. Somebody got to occupy them poles at the strip club. That's a fact.
I think everybody can be super successful in their own perspective, right? Because I don't know if we just measuring this with money, right? But I know Proverbs 31 the first verse says it advises men not to give their strength to a woman to that with which destroys things. If you give your strength to a woman, you continually giving your strength to a woman, which is your time, your phallus, your energy, whatever. It could break you in all kind of ways, spiritually, emotionally, physically. I think every man can be successful in his own right. Everybody, you're right. Everybody's not going to be a billionaire. Right, everybody's not going to be a millionaire, right?
Listen, and Proverbs 6:26 say a prostitute fee is only worth a loaf of bread. You could be a successful hoe.
It'll be safe, man.
You could be
say that again.
Proverbs 6:26 say a prostitute fee is only worth a loaf of bread. That she shouldn't be charging no more than $3.50 for that pussy. Oh, so she could be a great hoe, just like you could be whatever greatness. It's like I can be great at doing the wrong thing. I could be a great hoe getter. I could be a great killer. So the world just feels out how it play, bro. Somebody gonna replace the people.
The topic of tonight's show was about the state of black men and being a leader, right? A man that allows his desires and fleshly desires to lead him, like I was saying this earlier in the show, you're not too much of a leader, man.
Talking about getting pussy,
huh?
Like getting coochie.
Yeah, if you just based on chasing ass, and that's not a good leader.
I don't think that makes me lesser than a man.
No. And this is why I say this. And again, man, to my Hebrew Israelite brother, the smartest man to ever live was he was hoe obsessed. Okay,
who's that?
And again, Solomon.
Right.
Solomon was hoe obsessed, right? And then even if we bring it up to modern times, MLK was all about them hoes. He was definitely a leader.
But
so again,
you just made my point though with Solomon. Because
he was still a great leader.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, him again. His fault was chasing the women or letting the women take him away from God, right? Believing God and following God. He still was a great leader. He was just a flawed man. So what I'm saying is that every man's gonna have his flaws, right? And that's the same thing, the same argument we used where he's a cheater. Just because nigga's a cheater don't mean he a bad father.
That's a fact.
So again, I think what we do to the men that we don't do to nobody else. Well, he was fucked up with this, so you throw the whole nigga away. No, that's not how it works. Every man's gonna have his things, and then most men, the Bible repeatedly tells us the biggest downfall of most great men are women, and that's never gonna change. And I think that's what people miss in the situation of the warning of the Bible being just that, to let you know, hey, even the prophecy aspect of it, it tells you this. A strong man or a great man's greatest downfall, the greatest men of the Bible, David, Solomon, who am I forgetting? Adam, their downfalls were women. Point blank period. And I think when we tell men that we somehow have to be better than the best of the best men that have ever lived, that's what I'm talking about. What I'm saying, we're being kind of unrealistic. Now, am I saying just be out here and be a heathen? No, I'm not saying be reckless. I'm not saying just do as thou wilt, anything like that. But I think there's a lot of grace given and there's a lot of warning given as to how, for most men, the woman is going to be their weakness.
Solomon does make Freezy's point. The kingdom was the most successful it ever was until he became gluttonous with women. And what actually happens at the end of Solomon's reign is because those women perverse his mind, because he has so many around him from different nations and different understanding. That is the division and the decline of Israel at that time. So the kingdom divides itself at the end because Solomon falls that way.
He actually lost the kingdom because of that. The kingdom was torn away from him.
So that's the part, like,
but and that's what I'm saying though. I'm saying I'm giving credence to that. That's what made him fall, but he still was a great leader. I'm not saying that the women were his downfall directly.
Yeah, but he was until he wasn't, though, right? The wasn't part, and the thing is that's Solomon. He already come from David. He already starting up here, though. But look, he already starting up here. We down, you know what I mean? So, yes. But no, not yes, because when 2K saying there's men that's gonna be broke with hoes, they broke because of the hoes. See, at least Solomon had the bread. But they broke because of the hoes. Like he's saying, yo, if you refocus and redistribute your disciplines and the things that you hold on high, then you could get on high. But instead, you so focused on the women, you're going to stay broke. That's what Freezy's saying.
No, them niggas is broke. And what 2K is saying is some niggas are just predestined to be broke ass niggas. They never.
Now they got you saying something. This is some crazy.
No, everybody just can't.
Well, it's not some. A certain sect of niggas are, and we clearly
a certain sect. Like I don't know semantics. Come on.
Okay, you know what I mean. I can't. I don't even know if it's minority. We say minority of niggas are hobosexuals, right? There's always going to be a select minority of hobosexuals. We're never going to get rid of them niggas. The only thing they'll be good for doing is motherfucking laying dick for a place to stay.
No, we need them. We need them in society. DJ, HAMP, your value ain't the same without a hobosexual. Wow. Don't ever get this shit. We need each other. It's the yin and the yang. Without a hobosexual, a woman won't appreciate you for being on your shit. A woman won't appreciate you for doing what you're doing and still dropping some quality mid dick on her.
Quality mid is diabolical.
Yeah, now, but I'm saying we need.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Hold on, so we need the hoes, huh?
Let me ask you a question if you don't mind.
Okay.
Are women appreciative?
Yeah.
You don't even believe how you said it.
So hold on, wait. You don't think that? Hold on, wait. You don't think that Ciara is now appreciative for Russell? She had to fuck with a trap lord. She had to fuck with Future. Although she reaping the karma of it, of fucking over Future. She had to go through a Future to appreciate a Russell.
She didn't even let his family go to so-called Thanksgiving, remember?
I get it. But see, Ciara, she ripping the karma of fucking over Future. Because every time she get ready to do something, she get pregnant. Every time she finna drop an album, pregnant. Every time she finna go on tour, pregnant. So now she got to reap the karma of fucking over Lord Future, bro. But still, she appreciate a Russell because of her future. Just like you appreciate your wife for them hoes that let you slut them out. You appreciate it. We need each other.
I see your point. I see your point. At the very least, I see the point you're making.
It's the yin and the yang, bro. You can't get away around it. See, y'all believe in God. I think that's the most incompetent leader ever. Ever. This nigga killed his pet dinosaurs. Like y'all don't want to talk about this. Like it's crazy how we mirror ourselves after a God that's not even perfect. And we say that's perfection.
You a hate God nigga. I ain't know that. I ain't know you was a hate God nigga.
I'm not a hate God nigga. God don't exist to hate.
You say God ain't perfect?
Yeah, I hate God nigga.
He said God ain't real.
Yeah, I hate God nigga.
You say God ain't. You say God ain't real. He's not perfect. I thought he just said he ain't perfect.
He's not real.
He's not real.
He's saying he doesn't exist.
He's not real. Okay.
No, he don't exist.
Yeah, aka hate God nigga.
Why would I hate something that don't exist? That's like hating the devil.
It's just a term. It's just a term I use for all of the same. I group y'all all the same.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I group y'all all the same. Crazy. Crazy.
I just want to entertain this for a second. So, what created this existence?
I can't tell you that. And guess what?
Oh.
You couldn't either.
I'm saying that was an interesting answer you just gave, though.
That's the truth.
No, I respect that.
That's something y'all. That's something y'all the community ain't used to.
No. That's why I say I respect that.
If you want to have a conversation, it's actually been scientifically saying more often than not. They ask this question, they pose this question that God does exist. That's a scientific and discovered, right? So when you do all the calculations and postulations and things and so on and so forth, you had agnostic astrophysicists and scientists and so on and so forth that still said if we were to do it mathematically, in order for everything to happen the way it happened, there's no way that it couldn't be divine. And then when you have correlations of how the human brain and the human body mimic other things within nature, right? There's no scientific explanation for, you know what I'm saying, the way your brain is formed, and then how it correlates to the way certain things in the planet work, bro. So
that's crazy. It's no scientific explanation, but give it to God. Oh shit! That's what you want me to rock with. Hey, I can't figure this out. God had to do it.
That's what the scientists said.
I don't
say let's take the title God off of it.
Let's take it off.
It has to be supernatural. I think that's what Fantastic is saying. It has to be supernatural.
What's got to be supernatural? What have you seen that another human didn't do? Anytime you was wrong, anytime you was right, it was a human. If something happened, you don't go to the goddamn church. You take your ass where? To the hospital. Anytime something bad happened, it came from another human, not the devil. Anytime something good happened, it didn't come from God. It came from another human. That's just what it is. Because y'all have a problem believing in y'all self and the people around y'all. Y'all look for answers in other ways. Cool, that's fine. But don't sit up here and tell me that we got a sky daddy that hear all us at the same time. Because at best, I know for a fact it's 6 different women praying for me right now. God confused. Who do he give me to? No answers. Exactly.
Yeah, God is never confused though. So God is never confused. So
is you scared? Huh?
Yeah, exactly. So, but since you don't understand the principle of who and what God is, you're putting man-made constructs and limitations on God, and that's your first folly.
My dog, y'all in a cult, okay? The biggest cult. Yes, it is. Don't you drink the nigga blood? Don't you drink the bread and space of his body? Is that not cultish? You in a cult? You in a book club? All you do is talk about your Bible. That's a book club, bro.
No.
Again, yeah.
No. So again, there are several things that are clubs that are the same construct as religion, but just not considered religion, right? So a football team, a basketball team, is that a cult? That's not a cult, right?
No, but we don't drink blood or grape juice and say it's the coach blood.
Yeah, but even worse than that. So you guys come together. Your playbook would be your Bible, right? Your coach would be your either Jesus or your God.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you here now, brother? Don't run. I'm just
No.
saying.
Let's take it there.
I do it for real. So I mean, like I said, it's plenty of things that we can use as analogies to make up the same thing to where the religious structure or belief in God is not just.
There's a major difference with the team construct. I can recap. I could talk to the coach. I could touch him. He talk back. He text back. He there. Talk to God right now. What language is he speaking back? Is he speaking back? Or do he talk to you when he want to? Or when he talk to you, is it you in your own head thinking that it's him saying that was God? God always sound like you, don't it? Crazy, right?
No, it's not crazy. It's just that
it's you. It's you.
It's not crazy.
Hey man, I don't want to bust your ass on this. I know you're a boxer, but I'll bust your ass on this.
No, you definitely won, brother.
Listen, dog. Hey,
it's a whole show that. That's why I ain't trying.
Don't even get me started. That's why I stopped him. Don't even get me started on Jesus.
I put the big hand on 2K.
Nah, don't get me started on Jesus.
I said, let me listen to Mr. Fantastic and Freezy.
If we dead ass got to break this down, 50 Cent is greater than Jesus. 50 got shot 9 times and dropped a mixtape. Jesus got hit with 3 nails and died. Nails. He ain't get hit with no FN, no 7.62, nothing.
Yeah,
Jesus
but then he
died off of 3 nails.
Yeah, but then he didn't die from the 3 nails. He died from the spear in his side or the knife in his side or whatever, right? So after that though, he died and he came back with all power and able to raise people from the dead and go to hell.
He came back, but then he slide. The nigga that killed 50 ain't breathing. He told you that in a minute, man. He got hit like I get hit, but he ain't fucking breathing. I'm keeping in New York.
50 didn't do the slide, and 50 not saying 50 wasn't even responsible for that hit.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. 50 disciples are even greater than Jesus' disciples. Let's be honest, nigga. Jesus had 12 followers. I got 25,000 on IG.
Yeah, and Jesus also had a whole nation of people. Jesus fed the multitude with the fish and the bread, brother.
Man, listen, bro. That's a rumor, man. That wasn't nothing but a rumor, bro.
No, you hold on. Now you gonna tell us you walk on water too, huh?
What?
Can't even swim. This nigga can't even swim. You can do that too?
Listen, bro. The book's so flawed, my nigga. Think about this. Let's just break it down. Let's take it to your dog Moses, right? He parted the Red Sea. Okay. How deep is the Red Sea?
I don't know. It's a sea though. So
at least 10,000 feet, right? How did the motherfuckers climb up and get over? He parted the Red Sea. Somehow they jumped in the water. I mean, they jumped on the ground without breaking their legs and killing themselves because it's 10,000 feet deep. So now we walking on pure land that's over 10,000 feet. We can't even see the fucking sky. We up that high. How did they get on the other side? Did they climb over? Say like common sense debunks the Bible. You mean to tell me a nigga stayed in the whale mouth for 3 days? You telling me that? Come on, man. I hate to put this shit on your way. I like you, Mr. Fantastic.
Hey man, it's cool. Man.
I like you, bro.
Hey man, it's all right, man. Like I say, hey God niggas, man. You know what they say? Hey God niggas. You know what they say, man. When we know it's true. When you about to die, you gonna say either oh shit or oh God. Most niggas say oh God.
Amen. I think that's some of our biggest failures in society, bro.
We gotta make this a structured. It gotta be its own show.
Most definitely.
I don't think 2K has ever looked up the Red Sea in its depth.
How long is it? I mean, how deep is it?
So there's several shallow parts, right?
Yeah.
One part,
okay.
So like as an example, right? There's a strait of Tehran, 16 meters. So what's that? 3 feet in a meter, right? Basically, how deep is that?
I don't know. That's the pool. That like pool water.
Yeah, not deep.
It's the Red Sea, sir.
Well, but the straight though, that's 45 feet deep, and you know 45 feet is not long at all.
Okay.
There's a couple other parts that are like 300 feet deep. So you're getting a little bit deeper, but still, if you walk 300 feet right now, it's not as far as you think it is.
I'm not. Listen, the what you call this?
I talk your shit.
No, the horizontal. That's easy. Okay, think about going down. All right, you here. So when you go across, you got to get up. We're not even gonna talk about how y'all got down, because if you jump down, you're dead. It's literally 10,000 feet in depth.
Well, no, 2K. Now how you ignore it? How you ignore what I just said?
You need a ladder, a very, 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 very tall ladder.
Why you just totally ignore the straight and the other? Why you kept going to the 10,000?
I can't even process what you talking about 3 feet as if we talking about a pool when you say Red Sea.
No, but there's a straight. Hold on. Let me just see if 2K listening to me, Mr. Mayback. So there's a straight in the Red Sea. There's a straight, right? So the sea has several parts. The straight is a part of the Red Sea itself. The straight is only 16 meters, which is equivalent to 45 feet. So now, when we look at that part, are you saying that we couldn't walk through that part? It's 45 feet.
It's not the walk through. It's when you get down, because keep in mind now, think about this. Think about your worst sex experience. This shit deep, like throwing a hot dog down the hallway. You get in it, right? And you jump in it and there's no ending. Like, you can't get down because it's so deep. You will never touch the floor. So you got to tell me, you got to explain to me, how did they all get down there without dying? Then how did they get up? The walk across is the easiest part. How did they get down? How did they get up? You got to make that's common sense. That's like you jumping off the Grand Canyon. You got to get to the floor of the Grand Canyon before you can walk across and climb up. How did they get down?
Okay, so that's your play.
How did they get up?
That's
my shit. That's common sense.
That's your play.
I live off of common sense.
Damn, it gotta be a whole show. I don't want to start too much, because it gotta be a whole show. I was just listening to Mr. Fantastic and freeze you, but I gotta. We're gonna tear this.
Brother, the straight is 52 feet deep. And have you ever heard of a grade?
Jonah in the well can be explained too. But
yeah, that's grading matters too. But we gotta that's gonna be a fun show. That's gonna be fun.
Hey, come on, let's do it, dog. Wait, because I see this a lot. Is 45 feet not deep? Have you ever been in a 45 deep pool before?
No.
45 feet is anything longer, even 12 feet is deep.
People saying 45 feet not deep, like if you fell off of that, you wouldn't die.
No. It's incredibly deep, but at the same time, right? So just how you find a way of ingenuity or whatever, they never said they didn't have. So they had animals and things too. So it wasn't just people. There was other stuff that was with them. So I mean, if you can make a way, if you can find a way to part the damn sea, somebody got the power to motherfucking get out a 45-foot hole, brother. That's all I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2K been to the beach before. When you walk
I'm never getting in if it's 45 feet deep.
You never been to the beach before though?
No. Yeah. Well, when I stayed in Hawaii, I've been to the beach. But
let me ask you one question. He can't explain this shit.
Okay.
When you walk into the beach, do you just drop the 40 feet or does it gradually?
It do drop off. Like, so the further I walk, the more it drop off.
Yeah, you keep, but
so at some point, if you got to get across, you got to keep walking. It's gonna drop.
I'm just saying, it ain't like it's a straight jump.
But it's not a jump, but it's still a 45 feet. It's not slanted like it's going down. It literally just drop off.
But when you walk in the beach, you start to disappear, right? Every time you take a step.
Yeah, until you hit a point. So you never been walking on the beach and then you go too far in and you just drop?
No, I never. There's a part where I can't touch the ground anymore. But if Mr. Fantastic is walking side by side with me, I'm gonna have to swim before he gonna have to swim.
It ain't no swimming though. Like the water was
No, I'm just saying. You know,
I get what you're saying. We're gonna have to run it back, right?
Yo, man, crazy, bro. Jay Miller with the $5 says Bob El Manab Strait. This is the narrow connection between the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. The main channel is only about 300 meters deep. Ella, salute. Boss says, Hamp, you know what Buddy said about punishment for women? I think bro needs punishment from the brotherhood. Someone. Oh my goodness, man.
And when I'm feeling broke, E and J by my side, Henny like $40. This shit like
Darius with it to us. Abort mission, sir. 2K. I repeat, abort mission. Yeah, no, we was having fun with it tonight. We gotta organize because it take longer to go through different points, but that is fun though, you know. Aaron with the $5 says, y'all completely look over what Illa said. We just watched a bunch of kids jump a grown woman. Imagine what grown men go through. Fighting goes far. Aaron with the $2 says, how you take an L quietly and the winner still wilding. Fat boy. Perfect. Honey boss, I'm going to line up Strata if he call me old one more time. Salute, big dog.
Perfect. Shit like that.
And with the $2 says, why was the Wild Wild West men? Wait. Why was the West wild? Men been shooting.
That's a fact.
And with the $2 says, David cheated in his fight with Goliath though. Goliath wasn't out there empty-handed. Aaron with the $2 says, the first man to lose a fight picked up a rock. God, crazy, man.
Nah, the brothers will fight. They killed each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in the Bible. I'm from the Bible Belt. I still know a lot. So
no, we gotta set that up. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'm with it, bro.
Damn, man.
Hey, I want to come out there and box y'all, bro. I don't know how. but it looked fun though, bro.
It's fun for sure. It's invigorating, you know. It's like getting punched, not that much fun. It's more invigorating if anything. So I got a fight. I got a tournament in Vegas on the 28th. So everybody gonna come out there. We have a good time. But you don't live that far, you know. Matter of fact, one of my mans live out there. He go to a small boxing gym out there where you at too.
Man, put me on, bro. I want to learn, bro.
He a big dude too.
I want to teach my son how to fight, bro. I had to pick up rocks and shit.
Yeah, man. How old is he?
He 2.
Me too. Yeah, my son too. Yeah, Arnold was the one on the other clip. Yo, concussions is real, man. But yo, 2K, the kids pick it up so quick too, you know.
Yeah.
Like my son, he go here, he move, you know, just little, and he 2, you know. But he get in trouble in school every day. He always hitting somebody. But I don't correct it too much because I need it to be there. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm afraid of. Me teaching him how to fight before me teaching him how to be responsible. Because with these hands, it come a level like you got to understand. You might can whoop everybody, but that's not how you conduct yourself.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's like the happy medium I'm trying to figure out. Because I don't want to reprimand it too much because he got to have it.
Yeah.
You know, but he 2. So right now I'm just kind of focusing on him knowing how to do it. And then as he start to understand more, I start to instill, you know.
Whoever get beat up along the way, just get beat up.
Yeah, exactly.
Might not here creating villains.
Know somebody else kids.
Hey, I'm a firm proponent of that. my kids are probably going to feast on kids without daddies in their life. Like that's just something that I'm embracing. Like you ain't had your daddy, you at a disadvantage. That's his fault.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oppression.
Hell yeah. Shit definitely slanted.
Yeah.
For sure, man.
That's a harsh reality, bro.
That's a harsh reality, man. It's real though. You know what I mean? Mr. Fantastic drove baby boy. He was going on visits, drove him to his school. Just imagine that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, real shit. Mr. Fantastic, any final thoughts, man?
Brother. Hey man, shout out, man. Great show. Listen, this masculinity shit is what I like to call, I guess, a simple complexity. There has to be evolution in this thing, man. Things change, and you know, the men that survive or the men that adapt to the change. Of course, certain things, stoicism, the necessary violence, shout out to Freezy, being honorable, and of course, what did I say earlier? What was the term I fucking used?
What,
righteousness, right? Righteousness. All those things have the necessary place. But like I said, man, you ask 10 different people what that means, and we all get different answers. So ultimately, help as many people as you can help. Protect and provide if and when you're supposed to. Be dutiful, and you know, this manhood shit is, you know, the best you can make of it.
Yeah, man. Word is born. Freezy.
Perfect.
Leave them hoes alone and get your mind right. That's it.
Perfect.
2K.
I want to apologize to help in the chat for my tardiness. Totally didn't see the message. Totally missed it. Shout out to Mr. Fantastic and Freezy for having a great show. Hope I can come back more.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. I think because we had talked about it like Saturday, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't even call you a text. I just sent the message, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I ain't see it, bro. I did some crazy money. We could talk offline. I got some crazy money stuff going on.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely fill me in for sure, man. I think everybody who was here today was humble enough. Humble enough. I was humbled by everybody willing to come up, man, because everybody that I asked to be here, you know, added so much value to the conversation. Because the conversation that we need to have every so often, you know, about where we are as men and how we show up in the earth, you know. I think all the ideas that were leveraged today can be applied in some way, shape, or form, you know. I just fear that the prescriptions that, like, I think Mr. Fantastic is mostly right in terms of the current landscape, but it's not getting us as far as we want to go based on our culture, based on our people. I just don't see us flourishing. And then as 2053 comes up, you know, do we need to change our prescriptions? Well, I understand that things can sound unrealistic until I saw a man win Woman of the Year twice. So that let me know shit can get done. So we just gotta figure this shit out, man. All praise is due to the Most High, man.
All praise.
I'm gonna talk
it's
to
okay.
him.
I'm respectful, bro.
No, I'm gonna talk to him for you. I'm gonna say 2K ain't mean it. Yeah. We gonna get him right.
Put it up for me, bro.
Hey, 2K.
What's up, bro?
I want to reach out to you, man, because I'm trying to get my feet wet on Facebook too, man. I need some advice.
I'm not that guy. I can give you some advice, but I'm not. Facebook didn't change. They pulled the rug from under me.
Nah, for real?
Yeah, it's different over there now, bro.
Yeah. Yo, salute to everybody, man. Make sure y'all get in cahoots. 2K, I'll send you or vice versa, Freezy number so y'all can connect. We got Toxic Thursday in the Discord. I'm going somewhere. My wife taking me on a trip because I'm getting older and shit. And her birthday 2 days after mine. So she taking me somewhere with my money though.
Yeah. Same. When your birthday, Hal?
Saturday.
So my wife
with my money though.
Nah, my wife's birthday coming up too, and mine's on the 18th. But she taking me out with my money too.
Yeah. And it's a thing, you know, for us, right? We don't really be into birthdays, but people show you love no matter what. Like people don't. I remember last year, Miss Fantastic said, "We don't give a fuck about you not celebrating no birthday, nigga." And that nigga sent me $39. I should have sent it back. I ain't like how you was talking. You know what I'm saying? But you know, everybody be safe and do the right thing. Jump in the Discord. It's Toxic Thursday. Yeah, man, hell of a show. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.